Hey, Kaz.
Hello, sweetheart. Hey, everybody. There's an APB out on you, Ma.
Hey, looky, we got the president.
I know. Hello.
Hey, Lisa. Oh, look at Matt's up late. Hey, Matt, Ray Bird, Sassy, GB, iconic in that damn picture. Hello, Cindy, Elisa Casada. Okay, well, she just buried into the hole, so hopefully we're good.
Ma's having ferret problems.
I'm not having ferret problems. My ferret has a lot of energy tonight. Only iconic notices something like that. Joe Biden with Trump's face. All right. Well, we're going to talk about Amanda tonight, like we said earlier, but we are going to go over two things in the Michael Vaughn case because we are not going to ride the circus, especially after seeing when I found out. Kaz, tell them, which I'm sure most know, but how Brandy found out about this. This is absolutely devastating.
Yeah. My heart broke. Brandy was chatting to, I think it's a friend of hers, has a channel called Purple. And Purple said to Brandy, they've charged Sarah Wanderer with Michael's murder. And she's saying, no, Brandy said, no, that's not true. It's not true. Huff's not spoken to me. Huff doesn't tell me. I don't believe anything. And she said, I'm getting off here. I'm not listening to this. I'm going to speak to Huff. So she gets off. She must have called Huff. And then she comes back on. And oh my God, my heart was just absolutely breaking for her. And she said, my God, it's true. And to find out that way that your son's no longer, oh, I've got to get upset, that your son's no longer on this earth is horrendous. I mean, Huff has been great, but if you let her down, he shouldn't have told the press before he told her. That, he should have kept Brandy and Tyler up. Oh God, I'm
Kaz, don't get emotional. Kaz, I heard a creator today actually say that the reason why they did not cover the Michael Vaughn case was because there was no money involved in that. When I heard that, I almost, oh my gosh. Okay, guys, let's get into this. We're going to start with the video that I did earlier. It's only 7 minutes long, and then we're going to play one more update on Huff, and then we are getting out of Michael Vaughn. We're going to pray for the family, and we are just going to let, obviously, law enforcement knows what they're doing on this one. All right, I'm going to dox I'm going to copyright myself. I'm only kidding. Everyone, welcome in. This is going to be a short video on the Michael Vaughn update. This message right here is going out to JLR. Stop. Just stop what you... Yeah, let me jump in here. I'm not going to talk anymore. JLR, you honestly need to stop. when I heard that this man was calling the neighbors, can you imagine?
Yeah, saying he
Who,
was press, he was with the press and he wanted to interview them.
who in the
Uh,
fuck does that? Excuse my French, but seriously, who? He is sick.
mm.
He is a sick individual. You guys are doing. And with that, let's get into it.
All right, so I just finished a live shot, at which time I came back and Huff said he was willing to give us an update, because as everyone else and we all have known, it looks to be like someone in the house, Sarah Wondra, an occupant of the home, was just charged with failure to report a death, and her arraignment is at 1:30 today, and I will be there for one. And for two, Huff said that the credible tip or lead was that someone in the home, it came from someone in the home that they're currently excavating. And that led them to Sarah Wondra, and they charged her with failure to report her death. And they believe that she may have had knowledge of Michael's death and did not report it. Straight from Fruitland Police Chief J.D. Huff. Excuse me. Sarah's arraignment at 1:30 in Payette County. She is being held at the Payette County Jail, according to Chief Huff. And this is all just confirmed by him just now. You know, this is a big development, and we probably will have more for you. There's more. There will probably be more information in court today, hopefully. But we also filed a camera request to film in court, but we have not received a response. I don't know. This is, again, the credible tip came from someone inside the home, and that, Sarah Wondra failed to report a death. Chief Huff said that, they were investigating and that they believe that she failed to report the death of Michael. And they're still out there looking for his possible remains.
She sounds like she's taking this hard.
Yeah, this is a really big development. Also, side note, we know the names of the students who were killed at University of Idaho, and my heart's got to them as a former vandal, and I'm thinking of them right now. So it's been a really, really hard couple days, but we will continue to update you as things come in.
It started off with a Michael Vaughn's, a mother, a Brandy. I'm just going to go into Brandy's message, guys. It's a total invasion of private backyard, 4 miles, 2 miles away. Please, people, share out this message and stop. We have new charges on Sarah Wondra, and it looks like maybe they have found something. Check out these new charges, and we will wrap it up.
YouTubers that are contacting potential suspects.
JLR.
What? Stop. You have no right. This is my son. You have no right. Stop it. You are not law enforcement. And what you're doing is you are hindering Michael's case.
Can you see the pain, Kaz?
Oh, hell yeah.
They are doing an amazing job, and they continue to do an amazing job. And the things you're doing and pulling right now is unacceptable, because you know what you're doing? if some of these things that are going on right now are factual, you are hurting anything of justice for my son. Now stop it,
Ooh,
please.
me too, Sassy.
You have no right. What you have the right to do is to keep his face out there and to keep hope and to support law enforcement.
Kaz, you got a little feedback.
Sorry, darling. I was leaning forward.
Don't be
Is that better?
contacting these people, please.
Yeah.
You
I
don't
was leaning forward to see the screen.
to a case. Please.
Poor Brandy.
Thank you, everyone, for all of your love and support and kindness.
Nobody's going to
Yeah.
time you out.
You are all waiting.
Let LE.
Yeah,
do their
JLR,
job.
you're
They've gotten this
disgusting.
far.
Karma's gonna get
Obviously,
you,
they know what
mister.
they're doing.
Let me share this picture that somebody sent to me. This picture of, you know what? I'm not going to be mean, but I'm going to say it because sometimes I can be petty. But you know, what is that disease called when you're born? The little girl Adele had it. Adelia, that cute little precious girl that was on YouTube. Kaz, you got serious feedback, hon. I'm sorry, but it's horrible.
Oh, God. I don't know what it is then because I'm nowhere near the fan.
What is that disease called? It starts with a P. Okay, anyways, he reminds me of that. I'm someone you all know. I'm sure you are. Hey, Lady V, my elderly cats. Paradoc. Anyways, JLR reminds me that he's got that, but he kind of grew out of it. Yes, progeria. He's a creeper. I'm sorry, he's a creeper. All right, let's get into this last article, update on Michael Vaughn, and then now didn't you say that she's on the sexual predator list?
No, that's not what I said. I said that I read that it is alleged that Stacy, her husband, is.
Well, we're going to have to check. She doesn't look happy, does she?
I kind of. Joe is Trevor.
Is who?
Oh, just talking to somebody in chat. Sorry. That's Gamer.
More than a year and a half, police have made an
Gamer
arrest
guy.
in connection to the disappearance of Michael Vaughn. They arrested 35-year-old Sarah Wandra for failure to report a death. The 5-year-old boy went missing from his Fruitland home in July of 2021. And for the past 2 days, crews have been digging up the backyard of the house where Wandra lives, looking for Michael's possible remains. Abby Davis has been at the scene all day today and yesterday. Abby, the Fruitland police chief, confirmed on Saturday there's a credible tip that led investigators to this home, right?
That's right. And we now know that that credible tip came from someone inside of the home.
Ugh.
Police have not confirmed whether they have found Michael or his remains, but Police Chief J.D. Huff says they'll leave no stone unturned.
Hey,
A
Pine.
grieving community reeling from the disappearance of the 5-year-old Michael Vaughn last July, now potentially one step closer to finding closure.
We are all very emotionally
Whew,
tied to this case, just as our community is. I would tell you, probably the country.
Cleveland
I
Police
love
Chief
him.
J.D. Huff spoke with us Sunday afternoon about a credible tip he says led authorities and rescue crews to dig up the backyard of a house in connection with Michael's death. Huff said on Monday that credible tip came from someone inside of the house.
We received a search warrant, and we started excavating the backyard of this residence due to the fact that there's potential for Michael's remains to be in this backyard.
Here's a map of the area. The house is just 4 minutes from the Vaughn family home. Police arrested 35-year-old Sarah Wandra over the weekend, who lived in the house being searched. She's charged with failure to report a death. Wandra appeared via Zoom for an arraignment Monday afternoon in Payette County.
It is alleged that you did on or about the 12th day of November of this year, here in the state of Idaho, fail to notify the coroner of a death, the death of Michael Vaughn, with the intent to prevent the discovery of the manner of death. That is a felony.
Did she
in the state
just
of Idaho.
roll her
Do you
eyes?
understand the allegation that's been made against you?
I understand what they've said is not correct.
A prosecutor said Wandra is already on pretrial release, charged with unlawful possession of a firearm in Idaho. Court records show she was convicted of felony attempted robbery in Oregon in 2013.
I think it shows that she's a danger to the community.
A Payette County judge set Wandra's bond at $500,000.
Oh,
KTVB obtained the criminal complaint in the case, but the judge decided to seal the probable cause affidavit and other records. The judge, prosecution, and defense agreed. They do not want to jeopardize such a high-profile case. Chief Huff says they've fielded more than 1,500 leads. Police have not said whether they've found Michael or his remains yet. The chief told us they plan on excavating the entire backyard and digging 3 to 4 feet down.
This is arduous work. It's going to take us a while to get this done, but we're not going to stop.
Wandra's next hearing is set for the 21st and 22nd of this month. As for the excavation, Chief Huff did not tell us how much progress they've made, but he did tell us they'll be back tomorrow morning, this time, Brian, with smaller, more precise instruments.
This is obviously a significant development in this case after a year and a half, and digging up that backyard is going to be a big part of this.
I
I
think
can't imagine they're just leaving it unattended.
I have a
right? They'll be
feeling they
back,
might have found
so
him,
there's gotta be
Kaz, and I
somebody
think
there,
they might be
Yes, I
looking
spoke
for
with an
other
officer, and they said that
children.
they have 24-hour surveillance, so there is an officer there overnight who is making sure the area is secure.
Okay, thank you very much, Abby.
I mean, didn't she? And she just said that it wasn't true. Somebody in the house, blah blah. Then she says about Michael Vaughn, the November and 12th. You did not say that you knew about the Michael Vaughn being in the backyard, and she said that is not true. Well, somebody in the house said it, and you got arrested.
Yeah.
Do you think maybe she's had to change her heart because she doesn't like being sit on a little cottonseed mattress?
You never know. Yeah, Lady Love. Lady V. Why do I
Yeah,
say
I'm
Lady
starting
Love
to
for?
wonder about that. I'll look to see if he's on the predator list when we get into Amanda Bearden, but this is who
All
I
right.
want to talk about.
Yeah, just quickly, I'll answer that question of my elderly cats. The reason they said report on the 12th is because they went and they interviewed her on the 12th of November, and that's when they failed for her. She failed to tell them. So that's why they're using the 12th.
Yeah, they got the tip into the house. And then when they questioned them and they were arrested on the gun charges in the beginning,
Mhm.
she did not tell them about, I don't know. How many of you guys think that maybe they have found Michael Vaughn and they're just finishing up in the back to make sure that there's nothing else at the residence? That's a big charge. Basically, you knew Michael was back there, but you didn't tell us.
Absolutely, Gamer.
Yes, it's called failure to appear. And then you get out a nice little warrant for you for not appearing in court. Kind of, I don't know. It might depend on misdemeanor or something. But like I said, I only got arrested once, and it was over 20 years ago. Never had a DUI. Never, just one time. Spent a week in jail. It was kind of stress-free, not worrying about much. Get my hair braided and stuff. Okay, guys, let's go back. The first call that I want to start with, and I pray for Michael Vaughn's family, but I'm not going to sit here all night and talk about, I just can't.
No, I can't emotionally take it.
Yeah. You can hear it in my voice making that video. It was pretty hard. I didn't want to make it, but I just wanted to tell JLR to shut his mouth, not like he's going to see it. I didn't tag him or anything, but still, I was mad. I could feel Brandy's pain. Okay. Let me share the screen because this website hates me. It's the picture-in-picture.
Oh, no.
Right? Why does it do this?
Amazon Business, your partner for smart business.
I've been doing that a lot lately.
Let me just go full screen off this little one. There we go. Listen, guys. Listen to what he says. The purse, the driver's license. I'm going to mic down.
Can't hear it very well, babe.
I just turned it up.
Kind of worried about what's happening and where she's at. I was wondering if you could send somebody over here. Do you have any medical issue, like Alzheimer's or something like that? No. She's 59 years old. No, she has no medical issue like that. And according to her daughter, who went up and the birth still here with her driver's
Still very low, love.
I can't make it any higher, Kaz. You get to put earbuds in.
Her daughter text.
All right, shit. I'm on 100 across the board. Did you hear that? We got to remember about this driver's license, guys. I'm telling you, I still believe to this day that Amanda knows what happened to her mother.
All right.
But Kaz, I'm on 100.
All right. Iconic. This is about Debbie Collier.
I'm worried about.
Yes, Iconic. We were not going to touch on Michael Vaughn at all, but when that new update came out with Chief Huff, I just decided to play my video with Brandy, to play Huff's video so that we know where we're standing, and to let this family just, I can't do it. I just don't have it in me to ride the backs of missing children. I do this because I honestly care. I'm not making any money, so that's not why I'm doing it. How long have I had my channel, Kaz?
2000. What, in true crime?
Yeah,
Or
like the channel, going live.
Oh, you've not been doing the lives a huge amount of time. You've actually been doing these. You've had your channel for a little while. I'll tell you exactly if you'd like to know.
No, but I'm saying I've never, ever sat there and bunked off the back of a missing child.
Oh, hell no. I mean, you've had your channel since 2014. I mean, I started watching you back on board 2018.
I mean, I could. I've got the personality to do that, but I could not sleep at night if I did that.
No.
I know, guys, it sounds weird. Okay. Right, Lady V? I'm going to be honest with you guys. You can ask Kaz, Iconic, Chisme, all of them. I don't like anybody 50 over in the chat room. I like people that really care and they just want to get the message out, talk amongst each other, throw out ideas. And there's no one like, oh, if you like that person, I hate you. Like, I can't stand that. Oh, don't talk about creators in your room. Don't talk bad about creators, but why not talk about creators? Like, I'm just like, let's talk about everybody.
Yeah.
Hey, there's my girl.
Hey, it's me. You've been doing true crime for just over 2 years.
Yeah. And we all know why I started it, because of that lady that told me that Elizabeth Thompson wasn't young enough and wasn't pretty enough. You know what? The white woman syndrome. And guys, we're definitely going to be going over the answers in that quiz on a day live, but nobody would ever come look for any of us.
No, I'm even more at risk.
Kaz, I got white woman syndrome. I wouldn't even get a damn cadaver dog out. Okay, let's listen. Let me go back. Did you hear what he said about the driver's license? Guys, I know it's weird, but this is important.
What's happening? Where's driver's license still in there? The rent came home. My wife wasn't home. Her driver's license there. The rental car's gone, and her daughter's here. And we were kind of worried about what's happening and where she's at. I was wondering if you could send somebody over here.
Do you have any medical issue, like Alzheimer's or something like that?
No. She's 59.
Okay. The driver's license is here. Now, I don't think at this time Steve knew if the driver's license was there. I think this is what Amanda is telling him. That the driver's license is there, the purse is there. Remember, guys. Okay, if I mean, I don't carry a purse anymore. Like, I'm into the total like breakaway pants, sweatshirts, hoodies because it's winter where I live. Like, my sandals were frozen to my deck this morning. But if I'm gonna change purses, I don't leave. Like, I wouldn't leave the other purse with the driver's license or something in it sitting up on the counter in the kitchen. Some people could though, but wouldn't you put one purse away or leave it like in your bedroom or something and take your wallet out, right? Take out your makeup bag.
It all depends on how rushed I am when I'm swapping handbags. I have been known to leave one handbag sitting on the bar stool in the family room for a few days after the changeover before I put it back in its special bag, cloth bag, and back into my wardrobe. I have been known to do that.
Okay, so why? But how? Why? So you have extra bags in your living room, or you just go, oh shit, I want to bring a different purse, and you just run upstairs, grab a purse, throw your wallet in it, and then leave the bag there. That I could see happening.
Yeah, I change my bags quite regularly because I get sick of the same one. I change mine on about every 2-3 weeks. I rotate because I don't want them to wear out, and I keep mine in special. Because of the humidity here, I keep them in special humidifying bags. I know I sound anal, and I'm sorry, but I do. And I have small, medium, and large bags that I rotate. So,
hey, Julie. I was trying to figure out her name. I don't change out bags, but I would never. I don't like to leave things out, so I wouldn't leave it on the counter. But listen about the purse and then what he says, what Amanda's going to say to him. Something's not right. And remember, guys, too, Amanda said that we are allowed to call the FBI. I can't wait to call them and ask them, can I get a copy of the Venmo receipt? Can you imagine?
9 years old. No, she has no medical issues like that. And according to her daughter, who went up and she's the first still here with her driver's license. The only thing is the phone is gone, and she sent her daughter a text about 2 hours ago saying they won't let me go. Whatever that means, we don't know. And I've been gone all day parking cars for the football game.
They won't let me go.
And that's where we at.
What's your address, sir?
435.
I've got to go put my drops in, Mom. I'll be back in a couple.
You said 435 Rocky Drive?
Yeah, yes, right next to Sand Creek Park.
At this point, guys, I don't even think that Steve understands that the text message was a Venmo. And I think it's funny, too, that it's just they won't let me go, but he doesn't think it's weird about the key being under the blue flower pot.
Okay, so she sent your daughter a text message saying that
my stepdaughter
that they won't let her go.
Ooh, my stepdaughter.
She got a text message saying that.
And it come from her number, right? What's your name, sir?
Steve Collier.
Spell your last name for me.
Collier.
And your wife's name?
He sounds...
Deborah. Before, we call her Debbie, but it's Deborraa.
Poor Steve.
Same last name?
Collier, yes.
How old is she? 59?
59. Just turned 59.
Hey, budget.
You just returned home, right?
Pardon me?
You just returned home, right?
Yes, I just returned home. I was parking cars until about 4:30, and when I came back, the van that she had rented because the car was in the shop was gone. I figured she was shopping for food.
Okay.
Oh.
So, and her car is there?
Pardon me? Her van's not here.
Okay. But her driver's license
Another thing I notice about Steve is he doesn't talk unless he's spoken to, and he doesn't go into over details. He's just like, to me, he's just a laid back Southern boy. I feel so bad for him. And Jeffrey. Amanda,
Right.
I don't know.
The driver's license is here.
See?
What else did she leave? For the purse or anything else?
Yeah, she left her purse and her credit cards are here.
What?
What else did she leave?
What,
for the purse
Steve?
or anything else?
Yeah, she left her purse and her credit cards are here.
Her purse and credit card.
When was the last time she was seen?
Well, I left at 9 o'clock.
Exactly.
So
Sassy.
last night, I mean, she went to bed last night, and I left, and the van was here.
So is your stepdaughter there though? I mean, did she see her today?
Of course she's there.
Did your stepdaughter see her today?
Wait a minute.
You say a stepdaughter. Did she see her or?
Thank you for turning up the mic, mister. Jesus.
Say that again. I'm trying to control a dog.
Okay, your stepdaughter. Did she see her?
No,
recently?
no, nobody has seen her. I was probably the last person to see her last night.
What time? You said 9 o'clock last night?
Yeah, about 9 o'clock we went to bed.
He doesn't. He's making sure they know that
morning, right?
she's the
Yes, that's
stepdaughter.
about 9.
I'm sorry. So did you see her this morning or last night?
No, I saw her last night at about 9 when she went to bed. And when I left, the van was here. And
so she was.
Let him talk.
There or not. You didn't see her this morning.
Jesus.
Right, except the van was still here. So I'm assuming she was sleeping.
He has a lot of patience. I would be screaming.
I'm blind now.
Yeah, you brought back that sonogram with you.
Oh, sorry. Is that better?
What time was the
Nope.
message sent to your stepdaughter?
What time? About 2 hours ago?
Just mute it, Kaz, while the video is playing, because it's really bad. Hey, Cabin Life.
Yes.
Hey, Patty Ann. Yeah, Kaz.
Said they won't let me go.
Or, yeah, that's.
Listen, guys, in the summer, Kaz plugs in a 9-volt. You guys don't know us from last summer, but you're going to hear this a lot because she's a kinky, kinky lady. So just ignore the little fan in the back because she's in 100-degree weather. Oh, here she comes to give me some shit. Don't make me turn my... She's naked. Ha! Look at... We're gonna get struck for nudity. I love it. Ah, shimmy, shimmy, shimmy. I love her. What did Cabin Life say? I want to know who was fighting at the house, not just the night before, but the months just before Debbie went missing. He's covering his butt. I think he knows. You know, I've never polled the calls for service in that area, but we can pull the calls of service and see what kind of domestic calls were sent out to this house. Kaz, just back your fan up a little bit. Earlier, you couldn't hear it at all.
Sweetheart, I haven't actually moved the fan, so I don't know what you're hearing.
What the message said.
Can you hear it now?
No.
I turned it off, that's why.
That's all it said.
It's all right, I'll sweat for you.
And she was last seen driving, or
Just
she was driving
leave
here.
it
What
on.
kind of
Just
car is
mic
that?
down during the video. It's fine. I don't want you to sweat.
The shop, so the rental place on.
The van that she was driving, is that what she be in, or you don't know?
No, I don't know. It's Enterprise.
Steve is way too calm for me. I would have already have completely been through that phone. Like, are you not listening to me? Amanda didn't tell Steve the whole truth here. And she knew that she didn't have to tell Steve the whole truth about the note, the flower pot, the this, the that. And I'm telling you, that is why that message was there. So Amanda had excuse to be in the house. That's what I think, though. That's my opinion.
She went across the Enterprise. It's a Pacifica or something.
That's the car you saw this morning, though, right?
Yeah, the black van. Yeah.
Horrible.
It's a black Pacifica,
Yes, I'm pretty sure it's Pacifica.
and that's a rental car.
Yes, from Enterprise.
He's so calm, huh, Kaz?
All right, I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Can you hear the fan now?
What's her birthday?
No.
Deborah. Debbie, or her given name is Deborah.
No, her birthday.
D-E-B-O-R-A.
Her birthday?
Patty, I've been saying that from day one.
And she white female, black female?
Pardon me?
Oh, I
white
don't
or
think
black?
the husband.
White.
Oh, I think Amanda sent
tall
the
is she?
message.
About 5'5",
I think Steve is innocent, but that's my
How much she
opinion.
weigh?
about 150, 145, somewhere around there.
What color hair?
Blondish.
Oh, we're gonna watch the interview, Budget. I've got it lined up.
Would she be going to somebody's house or?
That's a good question. I thought she was out shopping for food. Her daughter came over with that strange message, and then went upstairs to her bedroom. And
That's it right there. That's it. That is what does it for me. I don't even have to listen to any more of this interview. We're good. We are because of driver's license. Amanda came over, and where did she go?
Up to the
Straight
bedroom.
upstairs. Why? You've only been in town for 2 days. You come into the house, probably like a bat out of hell. Like a bat out of hell. You tell Steve the messages, this and that. And if you think Steve has something to do with it, I'm for your opinion. Like I'm not gonna say, oh my God, how can you think that? I don't roll like that. I just don't think he does. But right up to the room, why? Because that's why the blue flower pot, in my opinion, is in the message. In case she was there when Steve got home, she had a reason to be there. That's why she probably didn't mention the blue flower pot. I think Steve would have thought that was a little strange.
found out that her driver's license and credit card's still here.
Her what?
Driver's
he
license.
said?
So that
A
doesn't sound like
driver's
her
license
leaving
and credit card
down
is still here.
and found out that her driver's license and credit card's still here.
Imagine that.
So that doesn't sound like her leaving the house.
Amanda, did you put those back in your mom's room?
Shop for food on Saturday.
So she don't have any money at all with her or any other car?
Not to our knowledge, she has nothing.
But is her purse there?
Yes.
She left the purse as well?
Yes.
Huh.
Well, she paid for the stuff at Family Dollar.
No, just her daughter.
How weird is that?
Have you tried to call the hospitals and jails to be sure?
Yes, Julie.
No, I didn't think of calling the hospital.
Okay. Go ahead. Like I said, I got them on the way out there to see you.
Okay.
Go ahead and call both hospitals after and St. Mary's and to check with the jail as well to make sure. And we'll have somebody come out there and talk to you.
Okay. I appreciate it.
Yes, Rep Mom.
Okay.
Okay. Now we're going to go to my favorite video. The 911 call from Amanda Bearden. This one is my favorite. I'm going to try not to laugh. Because it's not funny what happened to her mother. But this chick right here is just a freaking loony. Loony bin. This one. I think she has to know. I think Jeffrey even is saying it in so many words that her son. I would like to know really what happened in Maryland, why Amanda left, and how that visit went when she was living with her brother. I can't stand this picture-in-picture, guys. I don't know what's wrong with it.
Yeah, Budget. Candace and Amanda are cousins.
My name's Amanda Bearden,
This
and
is my favorite.
I filed a missing persons report on my mother last
I'll
night.
be right back. I'm going to use the little girl's
yesterday,
room.
excuse me, and I was just wondering if maybe I could speak with the detective that's been assigned to her case.
Do you have any further information?
I sure do. I mean, do you want the case number? I mean, I
the case number.
This dumbass.
Bear with me just a second. I'm sorry.
That's fine.
Okay, it's 2022 dash 0910 0216.
216.
Yes, ma'am.
Just a second. And the detective may not actually be in the building yet, so I may have to get your patrol officer, okay? So just bear with me just a second.
Okay.
You notice how she's like working her voice up, Kaz? Like she's getting that. Kaz and I don't agree on Amanda Bearden.
So 09010.
I'm sorry, the handwriting is not that great, but it's 09100216.
Oh, look at her voice change.
Sorry about that. I think I missed it.
No, you're fine. It's only me.
On Rocky
Yeah,
Drive.
Sassy, you are
Yes,
correct. She didn't live with a brother. She lived in a separate apartment.
And what kind of update do you have, just so I know what to try to...
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I didn't mean like I had an update. I just meant...
What? You said you had an
Oh, my God. I
update.
didn't mean... I'm sorry. I'm not in a
Amanda.
clear mental state. This is my mother that's missing. I just wanted to talk to them. I wanted to see if maybe there was something that I could do. I do have the rental agreement number if they needed that. I mean, that's the only thing that I have to offer. So maybe because she was in a rental car, I do have her rental agreement number.
Change it now.
What's your phone number?
I gotta. Oh my God. I can't go. I mean, listen, I'm not being mean. I'm not laughing at the situation. I laugh when things, I can't wrap my head around it. She is calling 911. She says she has information. She wants to give the case. But what I believe is going on here is I believe she's feeling guilty and she wants her mom found. And remember, she showed up at the crime of the scene too. She showed up at the crime of the scene. She got there fast. And I know she was cleaning with no cleaning products. I remember. And then she went looking after. Kaz is going to give her intake on this, but this is my favorite 911 call in history. This woman.
I'm her daughter.
Yes, ma'am. Take a deep breath for me, okay?
I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. I'd be upset too. I completely understand that part, like being upset about it.
Yeah, Sassy, Mara and I don't agree with this.
He worked last night. And then the detectives, I don't think they're in the building right now. They're kind of working on an on-call basis, so I don't know that I can get in touch with them unless I have something, fresh.
But she doesn't call once. She calls back.
Another officer to call you back.
Yeah,
okay?
I know.
And we've got the bolo out for her. We got
But
everybody,
Ma, if you're a distraught daughter,
that kind of thing. So,
if my mother was missing, I would not be calling 911 talking about the Cirrus go track the rental car. I would be at the police station, at the news station, going to figure out what route she went, where she was food shopping, going to the hospitals. She didn't do anything. She drove around, and we're going to call the FBI tomorrow because we're going to get her permission and find out where the Venmo is. But we're going to get into that, Kaz. Let's get back. After this, you and I will give our little debate.
I'm not trying to be a smart aleck.
A smart aleck.
Do I need to hire
to start doing reactions?
Maybe? Because I mean, and I'm not trying to be
ugly,
but I don't understand some. I mean, I know you don't know everything, of course, but why hasn't? What I've asked.
I can't stop. Is she like the whole phone call of her calling this was from the beginning of this phone call? She wanted to tell them about the rental car on the 911 call and why you haven't tracked it. I think it's guilt. I think she wanted her mom to be found. We can all disagree to agree. I think it's great. We're going to have a good debate.
Being done. Like, why is
Get
the
off the meth,
GPS in her
Amanda.
being traced? Do I need a private detective to do that? I mean, I don't.
If you've not been in
I'm not
that
trying to be ugly or
situation-
anything.
I know.
I just the most.
What, Kaz?
I said, if you've
Do
never
I-
been in that situation, she's asking the question. Do I need to get a private detective to get these details to you, or can you get them? That's what she's asking. I know you're going to laugh. See, we don't. Exactly, Cassie. Distraught daughters actually don't make rational decisions.
Okay, so if Ross went missing and you already been to the police and you filled out a report and they were looking for her, would you call 999 to tell them that she had a rental car?
Well, I couldn't ring 999 because that's for the UK. But if I didn't know the local number, I would ring 000. Yes.
Oh, bullshit. She has the guy's card because she's reading it off the damn police report. Here we go.
Okay, so here's the thing. She's an like what is
She's an adult. I get it.
So that makes things a little more difficult because people are allowed to leave and go and do things without telling other people. And I know that's not a good answer. I understand that. But that is also, that is also part of it because she is an adult. So it just takes some time also to do these things.
And look at Amanda's
so
legs right here. And I'm not being
they've
mean,
done
but
yet
it's
or
definitely not
I wasn't here
Amanda
last night, so I don't know.
at the Family Dollar.
But from my understanding, they would be doing everything
I
that
think
we
it's
know
Debbie.
to do currently. But I will definitely get somebody to call you back, okay?
Hey, Leisha.
Okay, thank you for talking to me.
It's no problem, ma'am. I'm so sorry. I hate that this is happening to you. What was your name again, sweetie?
Amanda Bearden.
Amanda Bearden. Spell your last name.
BEARDEN.
Okay. All right. I'll get somebody to call you back here shortly, okay?
Thank you so much.
All right, thank you.
Hang on. There we go.
Athens Clark County Police.
Hi, can I speak with Colonel Johnson?
Colonel Johnson.
Okay, I don't have a Colonel Johnson.
I can't.
Okay. He just called me. I have some more information for him, and I wanted to get it to him. My name's Amanda Bearden.
Okay. All right, hold on one second. I talked to you earlier. So it was
Yes.
Sergeant Johnson we had you talk to. Hold on.
Sergeant Johnson. I'm sorry, honey.
No, that's okay. There's lots of Johnsons around here, so I want to make sure I got
No, I get it.
I'm not laughing, Sassy. I'm laughing that she called back
Yes,
911.
ma'am. I thought about it, and I have her iCloud information. I know that and correct me if I'm wrong, but if the phone is turned off, it would still track her. But I do have her. I've got her Apple ID and what I thought was her password, but the password isn't working. I don't know if y'all have technology or whatever, but I do have. I don't know.
She's screaming guilt to me, Kaz.
He said he'd call me back. Okay, thank you.
I've said it for in her a pass. I have to pray to God that she did not do that to her mother. I've been saying it but this is kind of strange. 2 phone calls.
All right, ma'am. He said he'd be calling you back shortly, okay?
Thank you so much.
All right, no problem.
All right.
Okay.
My two buzzwords is I can understand her being confused. About not being able, if you're irrational and upset and not being able to read the paperwork properly, ringing 911 is not, I don't have a problem with that because I would ring 000 here because if I'm in a panic and I couldn't find the number, if it was on a piece of paperwork, if I couldn't find it, I drink 0.5.
Okay, get into your thing about Amanda though, because we still have her interview to go through. But what do you?
Yeah.
I mean, give your thoughts. We got to keep it like not into serious details because we're at 51 and you're going to be bailing on me soon. So
I will be. All right.
But
go
ahead. I'm going to mic down and let her talk. I'm going to go stick my foot in my mouth.
I watched the interview that we're going to show with her cousin,
which we're watching next.
Which we're going to watch. Now, there is some things she did contradict herself on, and there's some things I've still got
wait,
on.
Kaz, we can't get into the future video. We have to get on the 911 calls first, and we can discuss that after. You're going way ahead of yourself. I want to hear your thoughts on calling about the cloud, the blue flower pot.
The cloud, all right.
The cloud info, the GPS.
All right. The reason she rang I'm going to say 999 then, 911, was because she wanted to give the police the information to try and track.
Hang on 1 second. Let me acknowledge Sassy. Anybody laughing, shame on you. A lady died horrendously. Nothing funny about it. If you had any idea about suicidal ideation, you'd be embarrassed for yourself. You're so wrong. I'm not laughing at Debbie Collier, hun. I would never do that. But you can think that. I am laughing at her daughter, Amanda, because I think she is absolutely ridiculous. Ridiculous. And if you don't know me, when something gets me to where I can't wrap my head around it, that's my thing, is I kind of laugh a little bit. But if you feel that way, Sassy, I truly am sorry. Go ahead, Kaz.
Ma does have a nervous laugh, Sassy. And I do know about suicide ideation because I've been there myself. I can understand Amanda trying to get the information to law enforcement as far as trying to get that track some form of tracking about it, because she knows she didn't have GPS in the car, but she realized that there was that part of the radio that could be tracked. How she got there, well, she explains that in the interview. I knew about it beforehand, but we're going to show the interview. At that second part of that second call, the iCloud, I think she was just doing that personally to try and say, well, look, you need to get onto an iCloud if you haven't broken into yet. I think I've got the password, but I don't know if it works. That's just my...
But at one point, Kaz, you said to me that you thought it was weird that she mentioned the password not working. Remember, I've got a memory like a horse, an elephant. Yeah. You said that to me. That bothered you at one point, that she actually said that. Okay, but listen, you have to remember too, she just got back into town 2 days before her mother ends up in a horrible, I mean, I couldn't even imagine. I do not feel, in my personal opinion, but no, I've never had suicide thoughts, knock on wood. Kaz and I have talked about hers very deep. And I've tried to understand Kaz. And, you know, I guess people that have never had those thoughts, it's hard to, you can't say I can relate, but you can listen and know what they went through. Sassy, I apologize, but I would never laugh at Debbie. I'm laughing at Amanda. Okay. I'm not going to go back and forth with you, hon. I don't.
No, sweetheart, you're not reading the message right. Sassy said.
Oh, yeah. I'm laughing with her calling back 911. But I don't think that, but hey, Lanky, but I know for a fact that I've said it in my last live. I do not feel that's Amanda at the Family Dollar, because the tattoo's not there. The body
is not
match.
No, I totally agree with you.
I'm confused. I don't understand what's going on. The Venmo got me, but like the next interview we're going to watch, Amanda's like, well, if you want to find out where the Venmo is, just call the FBI. How many people do you think actually called the FBI and said, hey, can we get a copy of the Venmo?
No, that's not what she said. She said that the FBI froze her accounts. So she couldn't access any accounts. And it wasn't until, which they didn't, FBI do not have to give you the money back once they freeze your account. But she said in the interview that once she and Andrew were cleared, and this is her words, and she said, and if you all don't believe me, you can go and check with the FBI, that the FBI actually released the funds.
Yeah, after watching, I don't know, Patty, and if you saw Jeffrey's plea on Facebook, I might play it at the very end. I would love to, I mean, I don't know if I want to know, but I would like to know if Jeffrey and Amanda got along, or if she was like, when I was growing up, I had a cousin that did crack. He got into the whole crack thing back in the 80s. Like this was like 86, 85, I don't remember. And the things that my cousin did were crazy. He stole from his family. I remember coming home from school one day in high school, and I see my cousin breaking into my bathroom window. I'm like, Eric, what are you doing? Are you kidding me? I have to call the police on my dad's sister's son because he's breaking in my bathroom window to steal my parents' whatever to go buy crack. Like, really? I called the police on him. But that's what I don't know. Did she steal from her brother? Does she have a serious drug problem like that? I don't know any of this. I'm not going to speculate. But there's some definitely things about her and the things that she's done and said that just don't add up for me.
Well, there's a lot of things that don't add up as far as Debbie's demise that don't add up for me. Like,
I don't think it was suicide. If the police said you had to choose between accidental and suicide, I would have to go with accidental. But then again, but how are you? But the thought of trying to set yourself on fire with a torch lighter?
No, I don't think that at all. I do not think that at all. I don't think she purposely committed suicide. I do not.
I mean, has anyone in side chat used a torch lighter? I mean, I think I lit a cigarette off a torch lighter like years ago, but isn't it more like a blowtorch where it would just blow a hole in you instead of like catching you on fire?
I use them all the time. We use them for the barbecues here, and they've got a little bit of butane gas in the cylinder, and you've got to hold. I mean, here they've got safety clips on them, so once you let go of the top, it goes out. So you would have to physically hold that clutch down for it to remain lit. So
but the fire comes out like the end of like if you were going to go weld steel, if you were a welder. I mean, isn't it like a mini blowtorch?
No, it's not that strong, darling. It's not that strong.
They said it was a butane torch lighter. Okay, you know what? We're going to watch this. I'm going to find the video because I'm telling you. Choose me. Oh, so it was like one of those long barbecue lighters that you just pop it like a Bic lighter and then put it in the hole?
Yeah.
But if you read what they said, Kaz, they said that it was a butane. Okay, I'm gonna go look. But if that's what I'm thinking, I don't think it was suicide. I'm not gonna set myself on fire.
No, God no. My dog's sick.
Okay, I am gonna speed it up to 1.25, and I'm not gonna stop, and I'm gonna try not to stop and talk.
Yeah,
but
I'm going.
If you want me to pause, just tell me to pause. I might just make like a little laugh or a smirk every couple of seconds so I don't get a copyright. All right. Hello, Amanda. Now, I'm going to say this, and I'm not being mean. She doesn't look to me in here that she's on drugs. Yeah, I thought when they said it was a butane torch lighter, I thought it was like one of those lighters that you use to smoke like meth or one of those things. Because the lighter was never found at the crime scene, but the phone was found smashed. Which is, to me, I mean, what are you going to do? Smash your phone in a million pieces before you go down into the woods to have a private party by yourself and accidentally set yourself on fire? Like, I don't know.
Hey everyone, and welcome to a special episode of Crime on the Record. So if you've been following this case, you do know the details, but if not, on September 11th, an unimaginable tragedy occurred when the body of Debbie Collier was found in a wooded area just outside of Athens, Georgia. The strange details of the case, which includes a cryptic Venmo message, arguments over some CCTV video, and just a ton of other pieces of evidence, has caused us to gain national attention. Law enforcement hasn't held a press conference in over a month, which has caused speculations, rumors, and accusations to just be thrown out in just about every form you can think of.
See the tattoo? Mm-hmm.
So
that's not Debbie.
What do you do if you're in that situation? Do you stay quiet? Do you speak out? You know, in my opinion, and I've said it many times on here, staying silent, that's the right move. For me, I'm not talking to anybody without an attorney, but it really is a catch-22 because we live in a world where remaining silent makes you look guilty. So people will speak publicly to avoid that. But when you do, you end up having armchair detectives use every little frame to try and substantiate their theory as to why you committed the crime.
Yep.
However, there are times when you just eventually have to say enough's enough, and you come out and you have to say something. And that's exactly why we're here tonight. As most of you know, Amanda Bearden is Debbie Collier's daughter, and we are very excited to have her on with us tonight. Amanda, thank you for joining us.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Now, first, Candace and I, along with a lot of other people, we've received probably hundreds of messages from others. We want to offer our sincere condolences to what's going on with this to you and your family. I'm not sure a lot of us can actually grasp what you're going through and what your family's going through to not just lose a mother, but in the way that you did. So we just want to say, we feel for you. And during this interview, there's a lot of questions, and it's just a conversation. It's just the three of us talking, and there just happens to be a couple of people listening. So, but after going through these,
Jess.
if there's a question that you don't feel comfortable answering, just let me know. With that being said, though, there are a few that, you are going to have to answer because not only the people watching, but I want to know too. So, I mean, obviously the Venmo stuff, the Family Dollar, CCTV, some phone calls and timelines are definitely something that we do want to make sure that we kind of clear up and get the answers from you. But first, before we get into that, I really want to talk about your mom because so many of us know her just by what happened. We know her from just the CCTV video. We don't really know who she is. So can you tell us a little bit about your mom and like what kind of relationship you had with her?
My mom was my best friend. She was a consistent source of joy, support, and love for me. She, I'm sorry, I'm kind of scrambling here.
It's understandable.
Yeah. She,
yeah.
I'm so sorry. Someone is messaging me. I'm sorry. I'm getting nervous, y'all. I'm really sorry, but my mom, she was just a bubbly, happy, strong individual.
I'm gonna really have to tape my mouth. Let me
let things
pause
get her
this
down,
for
no
a
matter how
second.
hard life was.
Guys, I don't get vibes off too many people like the Summer Wells, and I've said it before. And Michael Vaughn, I was just completely clueless, but sometimes I get a vibe, and my vibe off of her right now. And I haven't even watched this full interview yet. I've been saving it so I could blab my mouth with you guys. The whole looking away and the eyes blinking, I don't know if she's high or what the deal is. I don't know about that. I just smoke a little weed once in a while. But something about her, I just wish I could rip her through the computer screen and say, what happened to your mother? I don't know why I feel that way about her, but she just makes me mad.
Especially growing up, she was always pushing forward, moving forward. She was a very private person. She didn't let her, dirty laundry just fly around.
Dirty laundry?
A lot of people that claim to know her. I'm not talking about everybody.
Kaz, you better teleport over here and sit on me. We want to hear about your mother, and you're talking about dirty laundry piling up. You know what? I'm going to walk away. I'm going to get a drink, and I'm going to listen, but so I don't have to talk. I can't. You know what? I don't like her, Kaz. If you want me to pause, tell me to pause. I just don't even like her. 4 minutes in, and I want to smack her.
The ins and outs of my mother, even those that are related to her, they don't, they just don't know her on the level that I do, but I'm going to push forward. My mom was big on, well, when my brother still lived in Georgia. Anyway, I'm not going to go on that, but she was about, Sunday dinners and growing up, I guess it was about 15 or 16. Her and my dad split up. They got divorced, and Mom was so big into like holidays and stuff that we made our own traditions.
All right, Kaz, I'm walking away. Make a little comment every once in a while, please,
Yeah,
so that
well,
we don't.
I found the Family Dollar butane lighter for you, by the way.
Thank you. Okay. Yeah.
I'm good like that.
I know you are. That's why you're my favorite little kangaroo in the whole world. And if you don't get me a kangaroo and send it to me, I'm really going to start getting pissed off. I want a Joey.
Yeah, blah,
But
blah,
I
blah.
don't. So let me ask anyone that's ever done, like, I don't know. I smoke pot, but I can look at the camera. So do you think she's nervous the way she's looking away? You know what? Next live, I found the guy that did body language on this video, and I never watched it. That's what we're going to watch. I think she's full of shit. Okay.
Well, when you look up or to the right, is when you're trying to recollect what you're saying. She's looking down because her computer is down.
She's looking down and to the left, and then she looks up to the right.
Yeah, because Andrew's also in that room.
Yeah, well, he better, unless he's sitting on the floor next to her. Okay, let's go. This is going to take forever. We're at 5 minutes. Okay, let's go. Here we go.
We, like every Christmas, we had, and it was one of her favorite meals, a steak, salad, and a baked potato. She loved to cook. She had an amazing potato topper that was about 90% butter. And anyway,
so the typical Southern recipe of everything, right?
Yes, cardiac arrest. But she was just full of life, and I've struggled a lot in my life, obviously, but I've had tragedy in my life, and my mom was just always there, to say, baby, she always had the right things to say. She let me know that I wasn't alone in this world, and she just validated me all the time,
Yeah.
But anyway,
okay.
Yeah.
Well, and I sent some pictures to her last night that my mom sent me, and in every one of them, it was our mom's cooking. So I feel like that's literally all we did was eat. Like everything was cooking.
Yeah.
So they were serious about some Southern food.
All right. Well, thank you for sharing that, and I don't want you to get too upset before we start talking about some of these. So let's just go ahead. Yeah. No, I would say I understand, but I don't.
Both, I think, Julie validated and enabled. To be honest with you,
we did have a lot of questions from people. So I'm gonna just go ahead and jump into those. Well, I want to start with the questions about that have been going on with your mom in the day, that Saturday or on September 11th. So the first one, a big one, is the argument or the debate or whatever you want to call it of the woman in the CCTV video at Family Dollar. Do you think that's your mom?
It absolutely was my mom. The jersey that she was wearing, she's probably had for over a year. It was just something that she would throw on a game day. She worked through the week. Saturday was her day to go shopping. And I would assume that was why she was dressed that way.
I know there's been some talk about people wearing white tights, but if I remember correctly, she had very Caucasian legs. So those are her white legs.
What made it
Mom would never wear
interesting to me was she's not been around her mum for a while. So how did she know that she wore this for the game day, though? She wasn't there.
So for those who say it's not her, I mean, you think it's definitely 100%.
It's definitely my mom. If you know my mom and her body type, her hair, you would know it's my mom without a shadow of a doubt. I don't care if a visor was covering her face. I know without a shadow of a doubt that's my mom, and I don't understand.
I always found it strange about the shorts, where Jeffrey said that she never.
Now, after
she never wore shorts.
Went back out into the parking lot, she was there for a little bit before she left, and
yeah, they never asked that question.
If we would ask you what you and your mom were talking about when you were on the phone with her in that parking lot.
I wasn't on the phone with my mother. I'm not sure why she was there for the amount of time that she was. Excuse me. But no, I didn't speak on the phone with my mother at all on Saturday. We had exchanged some texts prior that day. I didn't speak to her on the phone at all that day.
So there's been some talk about the text to Jeffrey not going through, and then the Venmo. Do you know when those were sent? Like, did she send the Venmo in the parking lot and then the text later, or was there a different order? Like, how did that? Which one was sent first?
To my understanding, she had texted my brother actually first, and then I had received I'm sure the whole world can go back and look, but the Venmo that I had received was at 3:17.
Blocked her mum.
Yeah, 3:17 p.m.
What was going on between Jeffrey and his mum?
It was in that order.
Okay. Now the Venmo is one of the biggest things and the biggest questions that we got. But I will tell everybody we're gonna skip that for a second because I want to just focus on that in a different section so that we can talk through that completely, and we're not trying to put it in the middle of this. So like I said, we'll talk about that in a bit. There isn't any record or anything that we've seen or read where she had sent anything to Steve. Do you have any idea why that may be?
I'm definitely not gonna sit here and act like or say anything derogatory about my stepdad. He has been very supportive. He's listened to me. We kind of cried together even.
Okay, let's talk for a sec. Very strange what you pointed out, Kaz.
Yeah.
Point that out again.
All right.
Does she know what?
Well, I'm curious to know how she knew her mum wore that jersey every game day when she's been living in Maryland. Like, now, what does the mum FaceTime her every game day with that jersey on? How does she know that?
Well, she probably, hey, Seashells, she probably wears a Georgia Bulldog jersey. That one exactly might be strange if that's exactly what she said.
I mean, her husband, Stephen, never said that she wears that jersey every Saturday or every game day. So why would that just registered weird in my head then? Why would Amanda say that when Steve didn't even say that?
Exactly. And I'm sure she dresses up for the game day. Like a lot of people that live in those little games cities, they do. They dress up. Like I was in Gainesville for a while. Like I said, everyone on the Gator Day games, they wore the jersey, the colors, the orange and the blue.
I'm sure they do. I mean, even over here, when we have major matches of rugby league here, people do put on the club's jerseys, and you'll see them driving around in Yahoo and carrying on. Especially if the opposing team is coming to play at the stadium, at our home stadium.
I believe she was lured up there. I believe somebody said, or Amanda got her up there somehow. I totally I mean, you can drive 70 miles north, like everything that I'm on team Jeffrey. I think I would love for Jeffrey to really come out and tell his thoughts about Amanda, because Jeffrey says his mother never wore shorts.
Yeah, and the whole time he said in the whole of his life, he said he's never seen his mum wear shorts. Now that's a whopping big statement to say.
Well, she's got, I didn't wear shorts for a long time. I got, I had little flamingo legs, and if they were white, like I was not wearing shorts. And Debbie was definitely very, very pale.
Yes.
Hello, Jennifer. Hey, Leisha.
And there's a few things that she bought was unusual, like the poncho, which nobody said. I mean, they may have found it, but it's just not been stated it was found. And this butane lighter that you're curious about, I mean, I have found the picture of it, and it is a small one. It's not like the kitchen butane lighters that they make creme brulee crackling with.
Did we forget about this too? This has always been a serious problem for me. Hang on one sec. This has always been a problem for me.
The gloves.
Right here. Yep. Come on. Right here. And this is only one pair. So, I forgot to call and ask. Well, I guess I should have called the FBI and ask about the Venmo soon. But so the crime scene people left 3 gloves, 2 of this color and another blue one, unless the other blue one's burnt in a fire.
Possible.
I just never seen a crime scene cleaner upper and come take pictures and drop gloves and leave them at the scene, and then the crime scene takes pictures of them.
Yeah, I agree. And I'll just quickly share this photo so I can show you.
You're sharing a photo?
Yeah, just that photo, just so I can show you. This is directly off Family Dollar's catalogue. That's the butane lighter.
Exactly. And if you look at, when you light this lighter, the end of it is like a blowtorch. It's not like a regular flame. It's like a fire.
Yes, I agree.
So,
but you must see that part there.
Yeah.
You must keep that down. Once you release it, it's gone. I use these at home all the time.
But how would you light yourself on fire with a lighter with a blowtorch end instead of like a Bic end?
You could not set yourself on fire with this in a monkey's feet. No way. Could you burn yourself and give you a bad burn mark? Absolutely. Because I have burnt myself with one of these.
Right? You could burn a hole. It would be like a laser. Yeah, bullshit. She did not set her stomach and her abdomen on fire. Nah. And I am going to call and tell them that Amanda asked me to call and ask about the Venmo. And then I'm going to ask them why there's 3 gloves at the crime scene.
That's
highly.
Is that a cat? I think it's a cat back there.
I do know that her children have always been the main focus in her lives and the 2 people that she loved the most. So, I mean, I guess
she's going to use one now, lady. God, don't burn
and babe,
yourself.
if you have any questions, feel free to interrupt whenever. So police came out initially, said it was deliberate and intentional.
Oh, that's a chunky kitty.
Everybody to believe it was homicide. They later came back and kind of walked that back a little bit, saying that it may not have been murder. You've come out and said that you believe it was suicide.
Of course you do.
Yes.
Okay. And kind of, if you don't mind, what is leading you to?
Okay, wait a second. How do you go from saying about how much light, love, and joy your mom was and this and that and always happy, and now you believe it's suicide?
All right.
Are you kidding me?
All right. Can I address this? Because this is what
effing way.
This is what you can't get your head around. You, to the outside world and to anybody, and this is where I was, to the outside world, nobody had an inkling that I was at the point of ending my life. Nobody knew I was punching at work. Nobody knew.
I get that, Kaz, but I'm not talking about how her mother is feeling. I'm talking about Amanda to even say that, to know that she hasn't even been around her. Amanda, Steven couldn't even stand Amanda because of the money and the taking it. And no, I'm talking about the part that she would even have. I would never for a minute think that my mother went out there and tried to commit suicide. Would your daughter think that's what you would have done?
Well, she now realizes after the fact that she should have seen the signs because they were there, but nobody saw them.
Are you going to drive 70 miles from home and go try to set yourself on fire with a torch lighter?
No, but I was just about going over a bridge, Ma, which is almost, as bad. And the only reason that it stopped was because a car pulled out in front of me and cut me off. That's the only reason I'm here today.
I just don't think that she would have, considering the things that she was going through and the trouble she was in Maryland and whatever back and forth. I don't think she would have known that her mother was feeling that way. I don't. Maybe Debbie was feeling that way. I'm not saying she wasn't, but I don't think Amanda would have. I think Amanda's full of shit across the board.
But the reason she's come to this conclusion is because she started thinking back, and this is what she says. She started giving things away. Okay, that didn't make sense. Why was she doing that? I gave my jewelry away. I had over 300 major designer handbags. I gave away just about all of them. I gave away most of my clothes, and everybody could understand that. And I kept saying, I'm having a clean out. I want to declutter. That was my excuse. But it wasn't.
And who told you? And who told Amanda that? Her mother, or is Amanda just talking crap out of her neck like she did about the accident with the paint can?
Her mum was giving her stuff. She was giving stuff to her.
I get what you're saying, but did Debbie say it or did Amanda say it?
Oh, well, she says it. She'll tell you in this interview.
Yeah, she's going to tell us. But see, I don't
Yeah,
believe
lady,
her.
I don't think she unalived herself with fire. I agree. I think it was an accident.
And so an accident. So she drove 70 miles north to go have a Georgia Bulldog party off of a road in the middle of nowhere after sending a $2,385 Venmo to her daughter. Her phone is smashed and the lighter is missing. And we got 3 fucking pairs of gloves at the scene. Excuse me, 3 gloves, a pair and a loaner. Kaz and I are going to fight. Hey, guys, you know what? I want you guys to think about those 2 kangaroos that were fighting through the fence. Well, I'm the one going through the fence right now because Kaz is kicking my ass. What Chisme sent. I love that video, Kaz.
Oh, that was gorgeous. It's
The
just a healthy
kangaroos.
debate. I don't fight with everybody. Just a healthy debate.
Oh, I mean, there's so many. I'm going to make a video on all of the contradictions on her. There's just so many. And I do not think that my mother would. Why not leave Steve a letter? I mean, she loved her husband. They might have had arguments. We're going to find out, guys.
I didn't leave Ross on my daughter a letter. Not everybody leaves a letter, babe.
I know, Kaz, you weren't going to. But I don't think that you.
Oh, yes, I was.
Okay. So where is the lighter? Because if the lighter was to explode at the scene, there would have been parts of the lighter, correct?
Well, they didn't find the gasoline can until 3 weeks later. That's a small lighter. It could have exploded and the fragments could have been shot everywhere. But there's also other things that I'm not saying, there's questions in my head too, but I can see that an accident.
Lady V. I just clicked together, Kaz. Sorry, who Lady V is. I'll tell you afterwards. You'll remember Lady V. Hey, girl, I hope you're doing good.
I think an accident occurred with the gasoline can. She inhaled smoke and gasoline. It's burnt her lungs, and I think it'll come back with smoke inhalation. And she staggered back, dropped her phone. She's hung. The burn part is where the fire's in her stomach. The jersey has burnt off, but they're nylon.
With a blowtorch lighter. Show, yeah. Let's just sit.
Woman, hear me roar. I'm too old to be ignored.
Where's the lighter? Why is the phone smashed? So you're gonna get out. It was an accident, right? I get that. Okay, I'm gonna go with Kaz's theory that she accidentally set herself on fire. So you're telling me that before she set herself on fire, she smashed her phone?
No,
because she thought, I'm gonna smash my phone. I'm gonna go in these bushes and have me a little mini barbecue. I'm going to cook a hot dog with a torch lighter, accidentally set myself on fire and pour gasoline on myself because
No,
I'm
that's
just
not
going
what I
to.
said. That's not what I said.
That's ridiculous.
See, guys, she puts words into my mouth. She does. She does. She does. Go and play the video, though.
Okay, let's go. We're going to be here all night. Hey, Margie, when I was 14, my mom left, and I knew in my gut she was going to take her life, and she did. I was well aware my mom was suicidal even at 14. She did drive many miles to do so. Wow, I'm so sorry, Margie. I mean, you guys could be right. I mean, if she was found in a tree or in her car, not in the passenger seat, though, and something was going on, I could see that. But burnt in the woods with gloves and things missing and accelerants for an accident alone with a Georgia Bulldog, Georgia, after and then going to the store. If you were going to do that, you wouldn't have to stop at the store and buy supplies 70 miles away. You would just bring the supplies from home. Like Jeffrey Bearden said, she had all that in the garage.
Yeah, but taking it would cause suspicions with her. You don't draw
All right.
attention.
Okay, we're going to go 10 minutes. We're going to go 10 minutes and then we're going to stop. And then I'm going to drop a link. If anybody wants to come up and chat and tell us your thoughts, anyone's welcome to come up.
Oh, heck yeah.
So if you want to drop a link, Kazaboo.
Yep,
So 12:35, let's go 10 minutes because I gotta, it's like 2:00 in the morning here. Okay, here we go.
That conclusion.
I'm not. There are key intimate things that were shared with me that I don't feel, I'm not in place in authority to say things and then, be accused that I'm lying or, my opinion just doesn't really matter. I felt like at this point, but no one saw her that day prior on Friday. There were options. My mom was like giving away things that now looking back on, I'm like, well, that was weird. She had made some comment. It just almost seemed like she was all.
She is so full of shit.
And there was some comments that she had made. She had taken that whole week off, the week of this happening off from work, and
I agree, Lisa.
It's Friday. I said, Mama,
Hello, Lady V. What's going on? It is heartbreaking, gamer guy, but I just don't believe this girl's story.
Hey, how are you doing, Mark?
I'm good. How are you?
Hey, sweetheart. How are you?
I'm doing good. The reason I came up is because I was completely saying the same thing, Kaz, of this girl's innocent. She felt it felt heart-wrenching to me when she was crying. I really did think that, I stood up for a lot of people about her because I really felt like she was really hurting. And I think she is to a point. But then I saw this interview and I don't know. She's emotional in the wrong places for me.
Yeah, I agree with you. And there's some things that she says on here that irritates me, but there's some things on here that gets me,
Yeah, me too. Marge can probably tell you, I've been like back and forth in chat of, yeah, but this, yeah, but that. I still haven't made up my mind, but I'm less likely to believe her right now. And I realized that her boyfriend's in the room, but she's not always looking at him. She's looking down. And I personally think she's got some notes down there of definite things she wants to say.
Oh, heck yeah.
I said the same thing. I said she's got notes and he might be to the left. She might be looking at the cat too, but she doesn't seem like she can look even. Like when people go live, I don't stare right into the computer eyeballs. Like I just look at the computer screen, but she's not even watching the screen. Like she just.
No.
Oh God, she's naked again. Please, I can't take it.
Well,
Anyone can-
I know why she's naked now is because she gave all of her clothes away.
See, that's what sweet Melissa said. I am 63. When my daughter moved, she went shopping in my attic. I go through stuff often and gather bags for Goodwill. This is not unheard of. But let me go up because here's what Julie said. I hope your name is it Julie? Julie. She took time off, creme brulee. Whatever happened to, oh, we won't even go there.
Yeah, we
She
don't
took
want to go
time
there.
off work to relax before Crazy came back to town. Plus, I'm not even sure she was on vacation. Nobody but Amanda said that to my knowledge. Exactly. All of the stories come out of Amanda. No one else has heard of them, but Amanda
Right.
has heard of them.
Right. And I mean, the first thing she says when asked about her mom, other than other thoughts on her.
Margie, we just started. We're actually only 10 minutes in and we can't keep our flaps shut.
Other than when she first started, I mean, when he was asking her about, if it was her and if he thought she was suicidal, she's like, well, she's not, one to air her dirty laundry in public. And she said something about the family. And then she said something, well, basically they didn't know her as well as I did. You're telling me the woman's own sister didn't know her?
Bull.
I mean, I just, there's just too many things that she just jumped on the bandwagon too quick for me. I mean, it's just like, okay, there's the way out. That worked out how I wanted, or I don't know. I gotta go back and forth.
Hi. I wanted to come on and back you up, Mark, because I a million percent agree. No, because okay, so who's that? Joseph Scott Morgan, who's the expert. He's on Court TV and Web Sleuths, and he said in all his cases he's only seen 3 self-immolation cases in women, and it's mostly definitely not Western women. It's more of I guess
I watched that. Yep.
Yeah, and so even Ed Wallace, who's on Duty Ron's channel, same thing, and he's done so much, and he teaches around the world.
We're too vain.
And so, and it's so painful. Give me some pills. I'm let me go to sleep, and let me have my makeup on. You know what I'm saying? So,
but what?
Yeah,
even
we're
if it was an
because we're
accident,
vain.
I don't think
the
why.
whole
Okay,
thing's so bizarre. It's so bizarre.
Okay, let's say it was an accident. Why would she go alone to that area, even with a gas can? Because she's not committing suicide by trying to set herself on fire. I don't care. A woman like that from the South doesn't do that.
Yeah, no, her being Southern really makes a big difference to me.
Yeah. Well, I mean, what if Amanda drugged her? What if Amanda gave her something? Here, Mom, this will help you. And she took a pill and she had to pull over because she was tripping. I don't know.
Yeah, but that still doesn't explain the stuff she bought in the gas can. And where did she get this gas can? We haven't heard that at all.
You know what?
I don't know. I'm just throwing it out
Lisa,
there.
you know what contradicts that is if she was tripping, I think that she would have been probably tripping balls in the Family Dollar. I don't think she would have been.
I think she did it in the parking lot after she sent that money or something. And maybe I want to see their texts. I want to see what it was Amanda did. Who fought? Number one, let's back it up. Did her and her husband have marital problems? Okay. Was she depressed? Her son is blocked. Why is her son blocked? Are they not talking? So is she depressed about her son? Is she depressed about her mom?
I think her son's blocked. I think Jeffrey and Amanda had an issue, and she had to leave Maryland. She had nothing else to go, nowhere else to go. She was probably whatever. She comes out to Georgia. That and Debbie took her in.
So Jeffrey blocked the mom.
I don't know, but I think that the problem, that the blockage with Jeffrey and his mom, is because of Amanda.
Because she probably because you know what they say. How do you know a drug addict is lying? Their lips are moving. So I learned that when my dad went to rehab and we had to do a week of family. Family rehab, but whatever. Anyway, so I feel like Amanda's spoiled, a liar, and very selfish. And Jeffrey probably didn't like her. and him and Debbie fought about Amanda, and Debbie didn't know how to say no. She didn't know how to have boundaries with her.
I agree.
And
I could see that. Yeah.
she probably,
100.
and then the boyfriend was domestic violence with Amanda. Isn't that right? Did I
Oh
get
no,
that
she
one?
beat
Yeah,
his
he
ass.
Oh, she beat
Yeah.
him.
Yeah.
Oh, well, then who's to say she didn't beat her mom too? Or beat her brother? I mean, or Jeffrey, or the whole damn family.
Well,
Who
it's
knows
true, but
who this girl is?
And
it's true.
that's exactly why Steven says, as soon as the dispatcher says your daughter, he says no, my stepdaughter.
stepdaughter.
Why?
Yeah.
Because he's clarifying that this girl right here is not
Is not his
not my
daughter.
daughter.
He
I
said
am
it
not
Well, and
quick.
he
dating her.
says it
Quick.
several times too, not just
Exactly.
once. He corrects them. But you know what? Okay, if we could figure out why she was there in the first place, then we would know our answer. I can't figure out any good reason that we've come up with yet where that explains why she was there with
At that,
those
in the
items.
woods, in the woods. Is
Yeah,
what you're
in the
saying?
woods with the items that she bought, and I just we
Yeah.
haven't come up with a good explanation for
It's.
that yet.
All right,
I want
girls,
to
let's
see her
listen.
texts. I
Yeah,
want to see
let's
the text
listen.
between the
Yeah.
daughter and the mom.
Yeah.
I
Guys,
need
let's
those.
listen for 10 minutes so we can kind of try to get through this a little bit, and then we'll come back and we'll discuss. Let's go to
Well, Mart, at least she wasn't in the passenger seat, though. I do have to say
oh
that.
shit.
Because I agree with you on that, too. I really do.
You know what's funny is that I emailed them again the other day and told Kaz they will not release the Chrissy Powell autopsy or the file yet because it's still under investigation.
Uh-huh.
Here we
And
go, guys. Let's go 15. Let's go 10 minutes.
Okay.
Pee break and drink break. Here we go.
Okay.
Oh, it's getting Friday. You're gonna go back to work on Monday.
She might be
And
buzzed. Ooh, her eyes
she
just
says
got
to me,
big.
"Yeah, I can't wait." And I was like, "No, what kind of sense does that make? Like, who looks forward to going back to work?" And she said nothing, and it was just the saddest. I mean, even when I seen
I
her,
agree, Patty. I've been
Friday,
saying that
we
from
hadn't
day.
seen each other in a minute. I saw tears in her eyes.
Did she say it was just the status?
I kept asking her, Mama, are you okay? Are you okay? And
she's so full
and
of
it's funny,
shit. I'm going to get
when
a
she
drink.
left the house, she wouldn't even tell me goodbye. Just looking back on these things, that to me, I just wish I would have. I mean, it's not that I didn't say, "Hey, Mama, what's going on?" But I think she was dealing with stuff that she didn't burden me with. I mean,
Yeah, and but that's Candace, that's not uncommon.
No, not at all. I think a lot of times that is why it's so hard for people when a loved one does die by suicide to get through the denial phase, because they either saw no indication whatsoever, or there were things that they didn't see at the time that they're looking back and thinking, oh my goodness. And it's so hard for them because they start thinking they should have seen it. And so that upsets them, and they just automatically are like, no, that couldn't have been it. But you don't know. Like, you don't know. You don't know what's going through somebody's head. I mean, people seem very, very happy up until the last minute sometimes. I mean, you couldn't have known.
my mama's so strong too. I mean, I can't stress. I mean, she's the toughest woman I've ever met. And I'm not just saying that because I'm biased, or maybe I am biased, but I just never in a million years.
Yeah.
And just a couple other questions that some people had about that. One was people were asking if she was attempting to make it look like foul play for life insurance purposes.
To my knowledge, there is no life insurance policy. I mean, I don't really know or think who I thought would make you think that's your business, but I think the reason my mother, then my text read the way that it read, was because she knew that I battled with mental health, some pretty serious mental health issues myself, and I think maybe she just said those things to make maybe the acceptance of it easier. Anyway.
Yeah.
And some have also asked if you have any ideas as to why she was so far.
How much contradiction could one woman do before she knew her mom was telling her, oh, I'm not this and that, and she was coming to her, and now she's saying, I mean, she better take better notes before she does the interview.
Yeah, yeah, that's why when I saw this, I was like, I don't know. She just doesn't. Well, and I'm sorry, but anybody that thinks she's crying, I'm sorry that you think that, but I don't think she is. I haven't. I mean, when I cry or even a little bit, your nose runs and you're rubbing your nose and more and stuff. But I mean, really, the only time I ever really see her look up for many memories is when she's trying to figure out what's the best way for me to answer this question. So, I mean, I go back and forth of she's innocent. No, I'm just leaning towards more she's not. I'm sorry. I think more and more, I think she had something to do with it. I just want to know why Debbie was there at that spot of all weird places.
I think that Debbie, when everybody kept getting on the whole thing about her doing food shopping. Okay, let me tell you. My grandmother did food shopping every single Saturday. She got up every morning, my grandma. She put herself together, the makeup, the little pin curls and her little bangs. She had a schedule. So they have cell phones back then? Steve, to me, doesn't seem like the social media kind of guy that's on his cell phone. He does construction, like Jeffrey said. He seems like a good old Southern boy, park in the car, and he went to the game to do his job. Something happened with Amanda is why she probably didn't call Steve, because Steve, in my opinion, cannot stand Amanda. I don't think Steve even wanted her there.
Well, I tell you what, one thing, if something happened to my mom, do you think I'm going to wait a whole hour or two before I tell the husband, whether he's my father or not?
Yeah, she is, because it's her fault. So I don't think Debbie told Steve everything that she did for Amanda, because she knew he'd get mad. My mom does the same
I agree
thing.
with you.
I
I'm
think
agreeing with you.
they kept things from him. So she's probably, even if she's innocent, she's not a good person. Like, the bullshit meter's going crazy.
Right. And I'm agreeing with you on why she didn't call him. I mean.
Yeah. I mean, she's just shady anyway, because even if she was completely innocent of everything, I don't think she knows how to do the right thing. That's why it's weird for her to be like calling 911 all like earnest and shit. It's like, girl, this role just doesn't suit you, you know?
I think she's doing this just to try to get some slack off of her, because she knows and she's feeling that. I think she feels guilt. Now, I don't know if she was actually the one that did it. Like I've been trying to give her the benefit of the doubt. How could she possibly do that to your mother? But I think something went wrong with the Venmo. I think she needed to get money.
Yeah.
I think maybe what I've always thought is she was the one that sent the message, making her mom think that somebody had her to get her up there. And then she went with that same message to the phone for the Venmo to make it like, I don't know, but I
think she pressured her mom to get that money. What if Debbie had a mental break, you guys? Okay. She's not getting along with her husband. Her son has blocked her. She got in this huge, probably physical fight the night before. She drives, $10 stores away. She could have gone to $10 stores along the way, wherever she went to that one. And what if she had a mental break and she went off in the woods with her MacGyver kit? And like, what? I mean, what else could explain it? I have no explanation.
Unless she was supposedly meeting somebody there that, I mean, okay, listen, she did, fool around with this husband before she was divorced from the other one. So
she cheated on her first husband, is what you're saying?
Well, I think that's what I heard. Yeah. So
yeah,
it's like, maybe
I'm gonna look up the service calls.
But she's a Southern gal. She's not going to go in the woods on a tarp.
I don't think she was cheating on Steve. They might have had their issues, but I think
Yeah,
I
no,
think
she
the
was.
issues started stemming back to the fact that she was on her way back to Jeffrey
Yeah.
was having issues with her. Maybe she was on her way back there. She had nowhere to go, and Stephen was probably like, "Oh my gosh,"
Yeah, and I have to
or
say,
something.
half the things I say, I'm playing devil's advocate. I don't believe them myself. You know?
Yeah, no, and I'm just throwing ideas out there. So I'm just like,
Yeah.
I
But you
mean,
know what's upsetting to me more than anything else is I wish crime would have pushed her harder, and I wish her cousin hadn't have been on there to run
Yeah,
interference.
yeah, because I agree. He should have been more. Oh, he should have stepped back and taken the family link out of it
Right.
rather than. I
I mean,
know Candace.
it's almost like he's afraid to ask her any hardball questions.
Yeah.
it's like they're all being good, well-behaved Southern women. You know,
Right.
we need some like New Yorkers or Coloradans up in there to like
We
ask
need
the hard
Judge
questions.
Judy.
So, Kaz or Mar too. Either one. You guys are good. Like,
Well, I
Yeah.
would have asked her a lot more harder questions. I would have said, first of all, how the blinking heck do you know your mum wears that jersey every single game day when you've been
Right.
living in Maryland all that
yeah.
time?
Did she
That was,
FaceTime you every game day or what? Yeah.
yeah, exactly. You know,
And like I said, make it make sense. Like prove your case that she was suicidal. You
Now,
know?
now that may have been a lifelong thing that she
Hey,
dressed up
Nikki.
every single game day.
yeah, but if Steve had said every Saturday my wife sticks on a jersey and she goes out grocery shopping, I would have believed what Amanda said. But Steve
Right.
never said that.
No, he
He
didn't.
said she goes grocery shopping every Saturday. So he was highly surprised that she didn't have her credit card. But how the dickens did she pay for that stuff at Family Dollar if she didn't have a credit card and you didn't know? And he said in his own words, you know, she's got no money if she doesn't have a credit card.
Well, she had
Because she's
some
a
kind of card
Southern
in her
woman. She's a
hand.
Southern woman. She's got more than 3 credit cards. Okay, ladies. No.
No, what
Come
I'm
on
saying
now.
is
He's being very naive there. No.
He'll be
I mean,
okay, Lana. He'll
she
be
did
okay.
she did have a card on her in her pocket, and then it took her a second or two to find it, and then when she got it, it took her moving around a little bit to realize, oh, this doesn't go in the purse that I am now carrying. It goes back in my pocket, which I find suspicious as well.
She had probably just changed her purse. Maybe I mean, I'm with Kaz.
But she had
I
everything
have
with her.
so many purses, but maybe she didn't transfer out her stuff. She didn't
And Steve said the
transfer the
purse was
wallet.
sitting on the kitchen counter.
Yeah, so she just threw a few things in, but forgot the wallet and only had the credit card or something. Who knows?
But
Sure, but
remember
if you were
what Amanda said in the very beginning on the interview where she's standing outside and she's talking to the reporter. I wish I could find it, but we're definitely going to have to do a part 2 to this. But she said that her mom had her driver's license and a credit card only.
right now, here's another thing. Okay, so you just changed purses.
And Steve
Let's say
said
that.
the
That they
driver's
was
license
left.
and the credit card was at the house.
Yes.
Let's just say this. She did just change purses running out the door. I've been known to do that. And I have my card in my pocket, right? But then I'm now standing there. I paid with my card, and here I have the new purse that I'm using. Is it more secure for me to put it in that purse instead of me being afraid of losing it in my pocket?
Well, what I'm thinking what you said is maybe when she went to pay, she realized I didn't pack my wallet. And so she couldn't put her credit card back in her purse because she would have put it in the wallet. So she put it back in her pocket.
Well, she could put it in her purse, just not in the wallet. She had a purse with her.
But she probably thought it'd be more secure in her pocket than loose in her purse. I would think that. If I had,
in that video, did she even have
wouldn't.
shorts on those pockets on those little black shorts?
I'm blind.
Yeah,
I'm blind. I could hardly see her in that
she
video.
was trying to put it. She started to put it in her bag that she was carrying then. And then she felt around and finally got it in the left side pocket.
See, because when I go places, if I'm going out, I take a smaller purse, which I hate small purses because I take a lot of stuff.
Well,
so
I
then
do too.
I have to really pack in like what I'm taking. And so I understand that dilemma. And I have forgotten things and been like, ah. So I know I've been there. But if I have clothes on that has a pocket that's secure, it's going to go in the pocket.
But it's not secure. Those shorts were not secure. They were extremely baggy.
Okay.
Yeah,
I couldn't see.
They were like they seemed to me like a cotton drawstring type of deal. But remember, Jeffrey said his mother never wore shorts.
Right.
Okay, girls, let's go into the interview a little bit more.
Okay.
Away from home to
Does
complete
she have?
suicide.
I'm not.
Like, why she didn't do it
She
closer to
needs to
home or
stop
in,
with
in
the.
a different area? Why was she there?
Her
Do you have any
teeth are
ideas
not
as to
looking
why?
nice with the.
I don't know.
See,
Maybe she
but
thought. I mean,
how
there's no
does
way
his son know she never
it
wears
didn't
shorts? He
cross
doesn't.
my
He's
mind
not
that I
going to
was gonna
know.
do everything that I could to try to find her. I'll never believe that. But I mean, honestly, I don't know.
You know, for a lot of people, they don't want to ruin a place for somebody or a situation. So, I wonder if it was that she thought, if I do this here in my home or in our hometown, they're always going to associate this place with that. And it's going to be hard for them to interact around here, and people are going to talk about it and hear about it. And so she went far enough away that she thought it would stay private. Little did she know
Amanda's
that
loving
it
the
came
fact
about
that
the
they
way it
actually
did,
think
that
her mother
it blew up
committed
in the news.
suicide.
Yeah.
I
Unfortunately,
think it's disgusting that they're like talking
Never
about it.
have left you being accused of this ever.
I wouldn't talk about
My mom
that.
would be very ashamed
Yes.
of people that have cyberbullied me. She'd be rolling over in her grave right now.
Absolutely.
But anyway.
Well, I'm going to ask you this question only
Only
because it was
shares when
asked
it's
by
about
a few
her.
people. Is your mom making meth in the forest?
Oh my God. No. That one I actually laughed at. My mom's never done drugs a day in her life. Whoever said that and started that, you're a horrible person.
Oh, come on. She doesn't know
I can't
that.
with that. But no, absolutely not. My mom had back problems. She struggled with back problems her entire life. And sorry. I mean, she took the medication that was prescribed to her, but no.
I didn't think so. I didn't think that was the thing, but people have asked, so I just wanted to make sure, because we did get a ton of questions, and we did our best to kind of put these together so that way we could get through as many as possible, but there were a lot. But I wanted to make sure, because that one was asked a few times, I wanted to make sure we cleared that up. I'm going to kind of go on to you on that day, the things that you did and that. But so we're going to get to Venmo in just a minute. I know that's probably what everybody wants to know, but the message was sent at 3:17 according to records. So when did you see it?
It's about 5 o'clock.
Okay. And everybody, they want to know, like, why did it take you so long to see the message?
I was, I mean, as most of you all know, I'm so sorry. I got makeup in my eyes from crying. I was cleaning. I was steam cleaning my carpets. And I'd stopped, because me and my mom normally go back and forth all day. And I was like, you know what? It's been a minute. I hadn't heard from her. And I don't know. I just had some sort of feeling over me. I mean, to be completely honest, because it was weird. So, I checked my phone and.
I think she drove her mother to whatever. Even if she didn't do it, she did it. Like with her verbal, emotional abuse, whatever.
That part to me too is just strange. I'm checking right now, Iconic. That part to me is just. Does that make any sense to you, Kaz?
Sorry, I'm trying to sort out blinking Discord. I'm sorting it out, guys. When I heard her say that, I mean, what she said in this, her alibi, according to her, has checked out, that she was working up until 5 o'clock that day. So, yes, she did say she was deep cleaning carpets. Not her carpets. I think she said carpets.
She was cleaning carpets like Chris Watts was cleaning carpets. I mean, no.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Flashback. No.
A big one.
Oh, Kaz, you don't have to dip out. Just walk around and come back.
I am walking around and coming back.
All right, here we
I
go.
never left. I was always here.
Yeah, don't leave. Here we go. Well, you know what? We're gonna have to pick this up. Let's just go into like 45 minutes and then we'll have to do a part 2. But yeah, this is the part right here anyways that I'm just like, ugh.
There was a message.
Gamer guy is going to get kicked out of
And
Discord if
so there's
Kaz
some-
wants
there's
to.
some
If
speculation
you want to
about the
boot
timeline
him,
between
Kaz, go ahead.
when
I'm
you saw
not
the
dealing with
message
it.
and
I don't.
when the
I don't
911
do
call was
that.
made, and
Sorry,
kinda some of the
gamer,
things that
can't
you
do
did
that
between
over
those
here.
times, like going to look for her versus making the 911 call
Take
or
a
making the
break.
911 call
Let
going
us know if you want to come
to,
back.
you
If
know,
you
look
want
for
to be
so
mature.
like after you got that message, can you just kind of walk us through exactly, you know, what you did next?
Well, first of all, I was in a complete state of terror.
Terror?
Anger. I mean, I was a basket case because I didn't know what to think. I started
She
calling Steve
always.
over and over and over again.
I think when right
I finally got in touch with him.
now.
While I was on,
Now
I
she's
actually went
looking
over to my
at the
mom's house. 'Cause,
computer.
I mean, what I had just read, I didn't want to believe.
I want to know how quickly she deposited that Venmo.
Is that me?
No.
It's our schnauzer snoring under the desk.
My AirPods, they died. So I was like, is that mom? Anyway, but you know, I went over there with
Yeah,
him.
Nikki, he's getting the boot.
I mean, I'm not gonna get lied to y'all. I was screaming and yelling at him. Where's my mama? Where's my mama? Where's my mama? And it took a minute for us to both calm down and just to mentally kind of try to process
Everything's about her.
you know, because neither one of us understood.
Yeah.
And,
Where's my mama? Not, I'm worried about my mom. Is my mom okay?
Okay, so the phone call to 911 was made first, and then because there's some reports that you went to look for her at Ulta and Walmart. So, for what I'm hearing, you're saying that you tried to get hold of Steve, you went to your mom's house, and then you called 911. So you weren't out searching for her for hours before you made the call.
No,
she said that.
Where's my mama? But I'm going to go check Ulta
and Target.
That is such bullshit. In the interview that she talks about where she's standing outside, she said that she was driving around looking for her mom.
She
For
did
4 hours. Did you say for 4 hours?
3 hours.
3 hours?
Yeah.
Oh, it's in that interview where she's wearing that white t-shirt and she's standing outside.
And then she miraculously shows up at the crime scene?
Oh, yeah. And then she just showed up at the scene.
Because of OnStar or because of what? Because she knew where she
supposedly, they did track the car through the OnStar to where it was in that area.
Thanks to her.
Because she called 911 to let them know that whatever it was. But yeah, then she showed up at the scene. But she said in that video that she was driving around for 3 hours looking for her mom.
Right.
She went to the Ulta and she went to the Walmart.
Yeah, but earlier she said she was terrified when she saw she got money. And then she was saying, where's my mama? Where's my mama? Where's my mama? And then she goes to Ulta and Target.
So I want to know how soon she deposited that money. Because I have a feeling she...
Well, it went directly into her account.
Because like when you get a Venmo, okay, so you can deposit it immediately and they take a percentage, or you can deposit it like and get the whole thing, but it takes like 3 days.
Yeah, it went directly to her Venmo account, but that's when the FBI froze the Venmo account.
Right. She had no chance to get it.
Okay, because once it goes to Venmo, then you have to do something to deposit it into your account. It won't automatically go into your checking. You have to. So that's what I was curious about. Because if she did that quickly, it's like, no, super shady.
Yeah, no, and that's another thing. It's like, okay, so she got this money, and then they put a freeze on it that quickly too. I mean, I don't know. That's kind of.
Were Was Debbie having money problems? If her and Jeffrey were having, or Steve, is it Steve? Steve having money problems, that could be a huge issue. Then you have this possible physical and emotional verbal violence. Your son cutting
No,
you
I
off.
want to know I want to know who the girl is that she was arguing with the whole time her daughter was supposedly out of state.
What do you mean? Like in person?
Yeah.
Like I hadn't heard that. What, like someone heard, or what's the story with
An
that?
argument, right, with a girl. So, and it had been going on for a while, if I remember correctly. So who was this girl she was having arguments with quite often that the neighbors picked up on?
At her home? Maybe he was FaceTime with her daughter.
We're going to get the calls for service and see what came out to that house. I'm going to do that tomorrow.
I thought it was FaceTime. Sorry, Mar.
Well, if people are saying that the police are coming out and the night
Right.
before the police came out, then that will definitely be on the call of service log to that county.
Yeah, and they wouldn't come out for a FaceTime, Mark.
No. Yeah,
Well,
they
no, but I'm
wouldn't.
saying, I know that, but I'm saying I'm going to find out how many times cops went to that address for domestic violence calls is what I'm saying.
But I bet a lot of the complaints that the neighbors are now being interviewed about, they never called about to the cops. You know what I'm saying? Like,
So they're just complaining amongst each other.
yeah.
Okay.
Like
I
my
get what
neighbor
you're saying.
plays bagpipes every weekend, loud.
Well, that's
But
a
I-
loud Facebook call.
But I never call the cops. No. But if they came to interview me, I would tell that story.
Yeah, but
my
that
God.
would have to be a loud Facebook call.
Oh, shit, Lisa, you're bad. Okay, here we go.
Well, no, there's
And
just some
bagpipes.
things you put up with, you know, and you never, nobody's
you
ever
see
going to
where-
find out.
You see Amanda's eyes right now. You see how all of their eyes are like facing the same way. I think that's them looking at the screens or whatever they're looking at. When she looks the other way where the cat was and she's looking around and up, I think that's when she's lying.
Yeah.
Here we go. We're going to go to 30
so-
minutes and we're going to stop
I've listened to the 911 calls
and wrap up the live, talk a
you
little
know,
bit and
like,
wrap
I
it.
will be honest. When I first heard
I'm
of this case,
hurting big time.
I know,
I
babe.
was, I don't know, I was on the side of that you did it, and I was there for a while. Just being honest with you.
I get it.
When I listened to the 911 calls, it didn't immediately change
If
my
somebody
mind.
just
I
said
thought,
that
one,
to me,
either
I would
that
have
you
flipped out.
were an amazing
I
actress
did
and
it.
like one of the most stone cold sociopaths ever, or that you were involved somehow, and that the gravity of what you had done, that those emotions were coming through in the 911 calls. Listening back to them several times,
Absolutely. He's on the money.
obviously I don't think that anymore, but there are people that say those calls were scripted, like that you wrote them out and that you basically acted out, you know, a one-act play with the 911 operator. So kind of like, what's your thoughts when you hear that?
You're a psychopath. There is something really wrong with this world. To try to pick apart, and I mean, this is cyberbullying on steroids. I mean,
She's saying
I'm
he's
sorry,
a
I'm maybe I'm getting
psychopath?
track, and I apologize, but I gotta put this out here. All my family.
Did she what?
Did she say, when he goes, what do you say to that? And she said, you're a psychopath? Did she say
No,
him?
she was talking about the people that were not believing her.
Who were
didn't believe
okay.
stuff.
Yeah, we're psychopath. I'm a psychopath on the panel because I don't believe her story.
No, she's and did you see how she wiped her fake tears? Like,
yeah,
she's such a drama queen. Like,
have you all
oh my
not seen this
God.
before?
No. And I'm looking at it on my phone and I'm a little blind. So you guys are seeing a lot of details I'm not seeing.
No, I agree with you on the fake tears drying. Yeah.
It was so blatant, and my phone's small. So
right, here we go.
Anyway, I'll be
Turn against
quiet.
me. So I get it. I get thinking, you know, this girl's crazy. But you're horrible, awful human beings, and I pray that
the trauma and the pain that I've had to go through when the police do make this press conference, which they told me that they will. I hope you don't do this to another family.
Oh, you're lucky. You
There's
guys
no
got out
way.
easy on this one, people.
I
You
just
could have had Blowhorn Betty at your door.
there's just no way I could have come up with all that.
I mean, I think it's human nature to speculate, especially when we don't know what's going on. And let's be honest, like the details surrounding your mom's case. I mean, it's not your average crime scene or your average anything. I mean, all this stuff's going on. So I mean, people can speculate. And like I said, I was a firm believer that you did it. I just didn't tell anybody that except for Candace.
He didn't tell anybody he thought she was guilty except for Kansas.
I
And
agree.
isn't that her cousin?
Yeah.
I think Amanda sent that to herself. Oh, I agree. The Venmo.
You know what was really annoying me by this time in the interview? The constant pulling of her hair.
Yeah.
It was irritating the dickens out of me.
Look, she's got like a duper's delight face right there.
Yeah,
She is
just
very
something's not
fidgety.
right. Something's just not right with her, and I don't think it's nerves either.
Well, I think she's on drugs, and now she's drinking a big old monster drink.
Ma, I've got visitor just arrived.
All right, Hud.
I'm gonna have to go.
All right, love you, babe.
Bye, Mom.
Love to all.
Bye,
Bye,
Kaz.
How's this
Kaz.
going?
Nice to talk to you again.
Same here, sweetheart. Bye.
Bye. Oh,
Baby
who's
says
that?
bye. This is baby.
Aw.
And
Look at them
Lolly,
cuddling together.
Hey,
Lolly's
Mar,
on the
I'm
floor.
going to go ahead and go.
Yeah, we're just gonna go, guys. We're gonna play this till just 4 more minutes, and we're gonna pick up on the 30-minute point maybe
Good
tomorrow.
night, everybody.
You know, we kind of went back
Good
and forth
night.
on it for a little while, but I don't know why people
Aw.
would attack others like that,
Look
but
at this
to each their own.
snuggling.
Another thing is the time law enforcement arrived at the scene versus when you did. There have been a lot of comments and a lot of questions asking how you beat law enforcement to the scene. So can you kind of
Here's the question, guys.
how did you get there so fast, or did you get there that fast? Like, just kind of walk us through that too, please.
Okay, so I woke up and checked my phone because I knew.
Wait.
I've been pleading with my mother all night.
Wait. So I thought she was steam cleaning her carpets.
Mm-hmm.
And now
Until 5 or something, didn't she say, or something? She didn't check the message till 5.
yeah, but you hear what she's saying right now? Before it was that she was steam cleaning the carpets. Now listen what she just said.
Okay.
There's just no way I could have come up with all that.
I mean, I think it's human nature to speculate, especially when we don't know what's going on. And let's be honest, like the details surrounding your mom's case. I mean, it's not your average crime scene or your average anything. I mean, all this stuff's going on. So I mean, people can speculate. And like I said, I was a firm believer that you did it. I just didn't tell anybody that except for Candace. But we kind of went back and forth on it for a little while. But I don't know why people would attack others like that. But
lying. You
to each
still
their own.
think she did it?
Another thing is
Their channel.
the time law
I'll put
enforcement
it in the
arrived
description
at
too.
the scene versus when you did. There have been a lot of comments and a lot of questions asking how you beat law enforcement to the scene. So can you kind of how did you get there so fast, or did you get there that fast? Like, just kind of walk us through that too, please.
Okay, so I woke up and checked my phone because
I woke up.
I'm begging and pleading with my mother all night. Answer the phone, just say something. And when I woke up and I didn't have anything on my phone, I knew, Amanda, you don't have to show your butt. You have to show your butt. Did
she mean like the next day?
So, and I tried the night before, but I called Enterprise. Enterprise was closed.
This is the next day.
Yeah.
Judge me all you want. But I didn't think to call roadside assistance. But I did Saturday morning. I first called their call center and.
Okay.
So
first of all, she just
missing
woke up.
Friday?
My mother, yeah. So this is the next day where she wakes up and she's she's going to get to the scene of the crime really fast, but she was sleeping. Yes, the next morning. First of all, I don't know if my mother was missing, if I would possibly be able to even sleep.
Yeah, I agree.
And that question was, I don't know if I would even have had to have said that I checked my phone. I think I would have had an earbud in my ear on max volume, waiting for anything to come in about my mom.
Yeah,
here we go.
And I pretended to be my mother. I had no problem saying that. Because I thought, hey,
what?
To listen to you.
Hang on. Exactly.
This is the time law enforcement arrived at the scene versus when you did. There have been a lot of comments and a lot of questions asking how you beat law enforcement to the scene. So can you kind of how did you get there so fast, or did you get there that fast? Just kind of walk us through that too, please.
Okay, so I woke up.
Did she beat law enforcement to the scene?
Hang on.
I'm begging and pleading with my mother all night. Answer the phone. Just say something. And
wait, Jesus, criminal! I could do this for 8 hours. He's not asking you about what happened with your mother the night before. He's asking you how you got to the scene of the crime so fast, Amanda.
When I woke up and I didn't have anything on my phone, I knew, Amanda, you're gonna have to show your butt. You have to show your butt. Get
Why do you have to
show your butt? Please don't show your
and
butt.
I tried the night before, but I called Enterprise. Enterprise was closed. At that moment,
okay. So your mother's missing. You just woke up. You have no idea where they are. You have to show your butt, which is very bizarre. But why are we calling the Enterprise of where your mother's car is being rented from? To see if she returned it? What? People believe this?
She went to the school of Amber Heard answering question bullshit.
God, I wish Grubhub ordered out where I am. I would finish watching this and order some food. Did it was almost, do you guys get that? Your mother's missing, and the thing in your mind is that you have, meaning she has to make an appearance. Well, why would a normal person wouldn't say that?
This is word salad. And she's trying to garner sympathy and be sad, and I didn't have any. I was battling with my mom all night. No, you weren't. No, you weren't. Your mom was dead.
But if
you were
she
sleeping.
was, well, exactly. But if she's confused because she can't get her story straight, and she's talking about Friday night when the noise and the arguments were coming from the house, that she was battling with her.
Right.
I bet you LE is having a field day with this video. And I found somebody who broke it down, and it was, I skimmed through it to think if I wanted to watch it, and definitely. Okay, guys, let's keep going. I'm good for this for a couple minutes.
Okay.
Judge me all you want.
Girl,
but I
back
think
up.
the
You
call
just
rate
scared
was
me.
But I did Saturday morning. I first called their call center, and I pretended to be my mother. I have no problem saying that. Because I thought, hey, if I call these people and I say I'm in trouble.
Wait, what did she just say?
So she called Enterprise and pretended to be Debbie.
I called Enterprise. Enterprise was closed. At that moment,
and to pretend she was in trouble.
But I did Saturday morning.
She's giving herself away.
I first called their call center, and I pretended to be my mother.
Okay.
I have no problem saying that. Because I thought, hey, if I call these people and I say I'm in trouble, they're going to send somebody out to me. Send somebody out to the van. Get her help right now.
It's actually really good thinking. Honestly.
I'm racking my brain, but people don't see.
You know what? That's a good idea. So let's listen. Did she follow through with that, or did she decide not to?
That they don't want to see it. But the girl that I talked to, she gave me the rental agreement number, and she said, you're going to have this to speak with roadside assistance. And I hung up. I called roadside assistance, and we kind of got into it. Because I guess they could obviously tell I wasn't my mother. I was like, look, someone's life's at danger. I was saying
she gets into it with a lot of people.
And they basically, this is what ended the conversation. I said, GPS my van, because I have a tire out on the van. And they tell me, well, this vehicle specifically doesn't have, I forget what they called it, but they said that the van didn't have it.
GPS.
So they could, triangulate where the van specifically was. So from there, I hang up and I called Athens Clarke County Police Department. When I initially called, I said, look, I need to see the lead investigator on my mother's follow disappearance. I don't know the technical terms here, but the lady said there's no one that works on Sundays. Let me get you somebody. Let me get, I'll get somebody to call you back. Mr. Sergeant Johnson, I think he's a sergeant. Very nice man. I expressed to him, and I'm pretty sure that's what you guys heard. I expressed to him my situation. He agreed with me. He said, I definitely feel like something's going on here.
Is it me or does she is she saying so many extra details that she's actually confusing me.
She's word saladating. She's like trying to express her earnestness and her concern. No, I'm not.
I never heard the expression word salading. It almost sounds like a little
it's psychological. No, it's like it's what a lot of criminals do when they're trying, like, it's like in the same genre of like gaslighting, like when you're trying to pull one over on somebody.
But she's giving so many details. Like the question was sex minutes ago. Jesus God. The question was 6 minutes ago. How did you get
still thinking about her showing her butt? I'm just kidding.
But has she even answered the question about how she got to the scene so fast, or did I miss it, or am I just confused?
No, because she doesn't want to answer it. She's pulling an Amber Heard.
I mean,
she's
it's
got to
amazing.
show her butt.
Like 6 minutes ago, the question was, how did you get to the scene so fast? And we're talking about showing your butt, this and that. And I'm thinking, like, what was the question? Okay.
Well,
anyway,
and she impersonated her mom.
He told me, I'm going to try to keep you updated.
I know now we're calling the 911 dispatch.
I don't remember. I guess it was about.
And she made it seem like OnStar wasn't going to help her or Enterprise. So what the fuck? How did she get there before Ellie?
Hey, did your mom have a reason to be in Reagan County? And then immediately I'm overtaken by terror.
Serious radio?
I knew
yep, that's what found her.
Seriously wrong. I jumped in my car and I went as fast as I could to Reagan County. It's about an hour and a half drive out there.
Hour and a half.
And then just know I got another phone call from him. I pulled over. I saw that he was calling, and as I'm pulling over, I look at my GPS. I use Waze. And you know how it shows you where police are. As I'm answering the phone, I noticed that there were 2 cop cars not far from me.
Oh my
God! I pull over and I take the phone call from Sergeant Johnson.
I don't have that on my car. Do you have that on your car?
Wait, I got so mad that I was trying to pause her. Wait, let me go back and just listen to this for 1 second because this is bullshit. Listen. The only time a cop is going to show on your map GPS is when there is a road trap, a speed trap. I mean, listen.
Anyway, he took it very seriously. He told me, I'm going to try to keep you updated as much as I can. I don't remember. I guess it was about 11 o'clock. I want to say 10:30, 11 o'clock. Sergeant Johnson called me back and he said, hey, did your mom have a reason to be in Reagan County? And then immediately I'm overtaken by terror.
Does your mom have what?
I then knew something.
Wait,
no, I didn't. This is what ended the conversation. I said GPS my van because I have a tire out. When I initially called,
hang on 1 second.
Anyway, he took it very seriously.
Here we go.
He told me, I'm going to try to keep you updated as much as I can. I don't remember. I guess it was about. It was about 11 o'clock. I want to say 10:30, 11 o'clock. Sergeant Johnson called me back and he said, hey, did your mom have a reason to be in Reagan County? And then immediately I'm overtaken by terror. I then knew something was seriously wrong. I jumped in my car and I went as fast as I could to Raven County. It's about an hour and a half drive out there. And then I got another phone call from him. I pulled over. I saw that he was calling, and as I'm pulling over, I look at my GPS. I use Waze, and you know how it shows you where police are.
Okay.
She said, "I
So
use what?"
She's taking the phone call from the police officer. She's
Yeah.
already in her car and headed to the county of where supposedly the police officer said is hour and a half away. She's already in the car, headed there, but she's pulling over while she's there. He's calling her back now. She's already an hour and a half north of the first phone call, and she's saying that she sees police on the GPS as she pulls over.
Otherwise, she wouldn't know where to go because she doesn't know where to go. He didn't tell her where to go.
That's bullshit. You do
It
not see
is.
police on GPS. The only time you see police is when they say road trap 5 miles ahead. But you're not seeing police driving around on your GPS.
Yeah, I don't.
This is nuts, guys. I'm sorry, but okay, let's go. Yeah, here she goes with that next crazy part. What she said. Listen, really? So you pulled over and saw police and you're in, and automatically those police must be at the scene of where your mother is, right? It has to be that's what's going on right now. Oh my God, I can't take it.
As I'm answering the phone, I noticed that there were 2 cop cars not far from me. But I pull over and I take the phone call from Sergeant Johnson, and he says, "Okay, we found the van, and it's near a campsite. But I can't tell you where it is. I don't know specifically where it is. And not even 3-4 drive.
I want the GPS history on her vehicle
Excuse me. I'm going to stop there for a moment.
for
He
the
said,
last
campsite.
3 days.
Get on Google, and I'm Googling campsites. Anyway, I get back on the road, and
remember what she
I
just
run
said.
right into
Googling
these
campsites.
What the
I saw the
fuck?
van.
Listen,
She doesn't strike me as a camper.
And I'm yelling and screaming. I said, "That's my mama's van."
Listen, hang on. Listen right here.
Campsite. Anyway, I get back on the road and I run right into these deputies. I saw the van. I got out of my vehicle and I'm yelling and screaming. I said, "That's my mama's van. That's my mama's van." And that was anyway, I asked the police officer, I said, because I don't know where I'm at. I asked him, I said, "Can I go? I've got to pee." And he tells me, it's just like,
I can't. We're going to end it right on this part. We're going to chat. And then I really, it's 3:00 in the morning for me. And I actually have a job tomorrow. But
there's too much to say.
Wait 1 second, Leisha. Let me go back. Let's just listen to this last part again, guys. Let me slow it down for this right here. Let's go. Let's listen to what she just said. You know what? If anyone believes her, I'm sorry. Listen to this. I can't with this woman. Listen what she says.
For a moment. He said a campsite. I get on Google and I'm Googling campsites. Anyway, I get back on the road and I run right into these deputies. I saw the van. I got out of my vehicle and I'm yelling and screaming. I said, "That's my mama's van. That's my mama's van." And that was, anyway, I asked the police officer, I said, because I don't know where I'm at. I asked him, I said, "Can I go? I've got to pee." And he.
We're going to end it on that part right there. That's my mama's. Wait. One more time. But what was she going to say after the mama's van until she, and then you have to pee?
I've got to pee. And he tells me,
Here we go. One more time.
Excuse me. I'm going to stop right there for a moment.
Listen,
he said
guys.
A campsite. I get on Google and I'm Googling campsites. Anyway, I get back on the road and I run right into these deputies. I saw the van. I got out of my vehicle And I'm yelling and screaming. I said, "That's my mama's van. That's my mama's van." And that was anyway. I asked the police officer. I said, because I don't know where I'm at. I asked him. I said, "Can I go? I've got to pee." And he.
She's a freak.
Guys, we are going to continue this tomorrow earlier at a normal time and definitely pick up on this. And I will definitely have the calls for service and all of that for the next live. But yeah, so your mother's been missing. She sends you a Venmo that they're not going to let her go. The key's under the flower pot. You go to sleep and you wake up the next day and then you make it an hour and a half to the scene. You're Googling campsites, this and that. You see the police on your radar, which is complete bullshit. And then, oh my God, that's my mama's van. That's my mama's van. And then I have to pee.
What was she gonna say though?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And also we're gonna look at that right there.
We'll end on cuteness and not that stupid girl. No.
Alicia washed out. Someone's going to actually think that you abuse your dog.
Why? Because he's so sweet.
I'm kidding, because people on YouTube are nuts.
Or he's like, oh, rub my belly.
Hello, little boy. Is that
his
a girl?
Baby. He's a boy. Baby.
That's a boy.
And then Lolly is his mama. So she's
Hey,
Maltese.
Lynn.
She's Maltese. He's Maltese Yorkie. And then Lolly, he's stuck. Here's Lolly. This is his mama. And she's a Maltese.
Oh, look at these little babies. I'll bring my ferret on tomorrow night, guys, and show you her, but I put her in bed.
She needs a bathie.
I'll show you my
this whole living room is their bed. Like there's toy. It's just, I
know.
Here. Oops, there goes my, wait, can you see?
I've got 2 dogs that sleep in bed and are spoiled rotten. I got 2 hermit crabs, a ferret, and a cat.
I'm so glad you finally saw my animals. I'm so happy. Thanks, Mar, for doing this.
How old is she?
She's 6.
My little monkey's turning 16 in January.
She's his mama.
Yeah, I heard you. But guys, wait.
Okay.
So, you join me. Come back on tomorrow night, Leisha.
Okay.
We'll do it earlier, and we'll finish this interview. We'll go and listen to what the guy says about her body language and stuff, which I'm not even going to watch it. I'm going to wait till tomorrow to watch that.
Yeah, I haven't seen any of this. No.
Oh my God, that's my mama's van. That's my mama's van. And I didn't know where I was, and I got to pee.
I mean, she's not very Southern. I got to pee.
But what about the little, I got to pee, and then she went, hang on. Well, watch the laugh thing.
Oh.
That's creepy. Let's do it. Here we go.
Where's mine?
Down the road, and when I went, he said, "Look, there's not much." Well, I did speak with him for a minute. He said, "We're calling." I can't. I was like, "Where are you sure? Are you sure?" So, I've got to pee. And he tells. Anyway, I asked the police officer. I said, because I don't know where I'm at. I asked him. I said, "Can I go? I've got to pee." And he tells me,
"What the Oh, I can't. I'm done. Everyone, thank you for coming in. Lisa, thank you for coming up. Kaz, I love you.
Good night. Super glad.
Vivi, thank you for coming up, guys. Tomorrow, if you want to come up, open panel, because if anyone believes Amanda Bearden's story, now I've been trying to give her the benefit of a doubt. I pray to God she did not do that to her mother, but I do believe she knows what happened to her mother. No questions.
Yeah.
Stay vigilant, guys. Keep your babies safe.
Bye.